is up, everybody? We are live with the T5S2 Season 4 Pod 29 finals coming right up to the end of the season. We're really getting there. We get 48 hours, a little bit less, I guess 43 hours before the season end. And so we do have a bevy of pod finals to round out the season today. We have this one. Unfortunately, the Pod 20 or the Pod 30 finals have been postponed and or canceled because one of the players' computers melted down. So that's not the best thing ever. Hopefully we'll be able to salvage that. Otherwise, we may have an audible in that result. But we also have the Pod 28 finals later today. That is scheduled for about 8 hours from now. So we're gonna have another one just a couple hours after this one finishes off. So if you want, most of a full day of live commentary, highly competitive Warhammer 40K games, today is the day to tune in. Obviously, this is all in service of the T5S2 Invitational, which is going to pick the top 16 players off of our 300-player final standings and make them fight against each other to the death. That's going to be going on late January through early February. I believe January 20th is when things get kicked off for that. We have 2 weeks then for the group stages. All the players are going to play 3 games against each other. And then we move on to the elimination stages. On February 11th to 12th, those are going to be the top 8 players from those group stages, are going to be fighting out in an elimination game to be crowned the best virtual 40K player in the world. But right now, we just have just this one game from Pod 29 to score some of those last-minute points for that final ranking. And we have over here, this is Indicus Magpie, also known as Intensity. What a username on the red side. Playing a faction after my own heart. Tyranid, Crusher Stampede, Army of Renown. With, chat. Get this. 2 Horospexes. 2 Horospexes! Can you believe it? Holy crap! That's freaking wild. I haven't seen the Harospex on the table of the Crusher Stampede yet. Obviously, it works pretty well. I think all of the synergies are there. You get the damage reduction, you get the invulnerable save, you get all of these bonuses to go alongside that pretty beefy Harospex melee output. Unfortunately, it does take a lot of CP to fuel them with all of the rerolls and stuff like that, but a relatively resilient defensive profile for their points cost. It's all pretty good. You can't really be too upset with that. We have over here Sensonics in the blue, playing Grey Knights, pretty standard Grey Knight build, with 5 Dread Knights, as well as Caldor Drago and a Brotherhood Librarian doing all the mortal wounds. Pretty good stuff. Just the classic 5 Dread Knights. Brotherhood of Prophecy plus the Sword Bearers.
To the last is the Swarm Lord and the 2 big Hyridos.
For all the for the detachments. So it's pretty standard Grey Knight stuff. One thing that I do like in Sensonics' list here is that he does have the 2 Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knights. However, he does have Servant of the Throne and Sigil of Exigence both on a single Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight, which is not something you see every day. Some people switch, they split the bonuses between their 2 Grandmaster Dread Knights, and you tend to get diminishing returns the more you split those 2 up. So obviously the Sigil of Exigence lets this guy, after he's targeted by a ranged attack, essentially teleport anywhere on the table, so you can be placed anywhere outside of 9 inches of enemy models. And then, so you go. The Servant of the Throne then lets him follow up with, as soon as he takes a wound, he gets to turn on a 3+ invulnerable save for the remainder of the turn. What that lets the Green Knights player do is actually trigger their Sigil of Exigence and move the Grandmaster forward. So if you get hit by a piddly little attack that's not necessarily going to threaten you, you can use that to gain a bunch of distance. Then, your opponent goes through the rest of their turn. Then immediately when it goes back to your turn, you're much closer with that wombo combo. But if you split the 2 up, so to keep the 2 Grandmasters a little bit safer, one of them with the Sigil of Exigence, the other one with Servant of the Throne. So one of them gets the teleport, the other one gets the once per game 3+ invulnerable save. You don't get the opportunity to use it quite as aggressively as you do if you have both on one Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight, which is pretty sweet. ET the Elite, yeah, you can have up to 6 Dread Knight models in your army, because you can have 3 of them as Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knights and then 3 of them as a regular standard Dread Knight profile. Obviously, the Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knights are going to be a little bit more effective. They do have that 2+ weapon skill ballistic skill, which is pretty good, and some additional attacks.
Yes, I do.
But they are fighting for that HQ slot, which tends to be in hot contention in a Grey Knights list. I do want to give a shout out that I haven't before. Big shout out to Joy of Painting Minis. Big raid, 39 viewers. Appreciate it. Thanks, Joy of Painting Minis. Hope everyone over there had a good time. And we're over here now. We're going to talk about playing with some minis that you had so much joy painting. So that's pretty sweet. Let's talk about the lists real quick here. Exclamation point lists if you want to take a look at them on your own. But as the players are just completing their deployment, a very quick deployment step, to be fair. And as the players are just finishing that up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the list that they have.
And that's it.
We'll start with Sensonics over here in the blue.
All right.
Oh, it looks like the players are actually finished deploying already.
Redeploys, I guess. First turn, sorry. No, 2.
Oh no.
That's it. You choose.
Well, I have to go first.
You have to go first, and then if you have redeploys, I think we have to roll a dice to see.
Yep.
As well, who chooses to redeploy first? That's a 5. That's a 4. So you choose who to redeploys first.
You get to redeploy first.
Okay. And you redeploy 2 units, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
I did not want to go first.
I think I'm just gonna put
So
over here.
it looks like the players did do they completed their roll off for both first turn and also for redeploying first, since we did have High Fleet Leviathan on Indicus side of the table, so he's going to be able to redeploy 2 units with that strategic adaptation warlord trait. And then we have Locus of Foretelling on the other side of the table in order to get access to that core unit redeploy that Grey Knights have. Players then rolled off to see who would complete the redeploys first, and Tyranids won that again. So forcing Grey Knights to redeploy, then being able to redeploy themselves with knowledge of where the Grey Knights player is moving. Now, the obviously strategic adaptation redeploy, pretty useful for Tyranids, because it is going to allow Indicus to potentially push those Hara Spexes into a little bit more aggressive of a position. He could also potentially switch the Hara Specs in the center here with one of the barbed Hierodules.
Just one question.
Or the side Hierodules, excuse me.
Direct soul, you mean priority target, right? That's what I'm assuming here. Yeah, there we go. Priority target.
Yeah, we are on priority targets today. So both players pretty incentivized to take the priority targets mission specific objective. They'll just pick one objective in their deployment zone, which they then get 3 points for holding at the end of the turn. It's a little bit of extra stuff going on, but that's mostly about it. Which is basically one of the most consistent and easy scoring secondaries in the entire game. Mostly going to give both of these players 15 points at the end of the game, which is that's pretty nice. It's nice to have. But we'll talk about these lists real quick as we're completing and going through our first turn here. This should be a relatively quick first turn, especially from the Tyranids, since there's not a lot of ranged attacks going on in this list. We may see a dive if we get a good onslaught off on one of these Hara Spexes. We may see a dive onto some of the Grey Knights on turn 1, but otherwise probably going to be relatively conservative. So on the tactical side of the table here, we have the Prescient Brethren detachment, so that gives access to the 1 CP reroll ones to hit and wound, especially for those Grandmaster Dread Knights who do not give themselves those rerolls with their own aura. That's pretty effective. So just marking out our bioweapon bonds here. So these guys, the 2 Harpies as well as the side turtle, going to get +1 to hit. Harpies actually, interestingly, upgraded with heavy venom cannons, so 3 damage gun option that the Harpies get access to. It makes them a little bit more expensive, but does provide a little bit more of a punch than their standard, the Barb Strangler that they usually have. So we're bringing the aforementioned Servant of the Throne, Sigil of Exigence, Grandmaster Dread Knight in that Prescient Brethren detachment. That guy is going to be relatively aggressive to make use of that 1 CP stratagem in order to make his attacks pretty successful. We also have Kaldor Drago in the detachment, 2 5-man strike squads, as well as 2 10-man interceptor squads, which have all been combat squadded into 4 separate units of 5 interceptors each. We then have that followed up by a Spearhead detachment that's coming out of Sword Bearers, so they have access to the +1 to wound psychic power.
higher specs.
And that's going to be holding the majority of the Nemesis Dread Knights. We have the second Grandmaster, the unupgraded Grandmaster, although he is taking Gem of Inoctu, which is going to give him a bonus on some of his psychic powers once per game, as well as a Brotherhood Librarian who's been upgraded to deal a bunch of damage. That guy does have the Foretelling of Locust, which is the 2 core unit redeploy that we saw previously. Then moving over to the Indicus side of the table, we have the single battalion detachment coming out of High Fleet Leviathan. Unfortunately, that High Fleet Leviathan, we're only basically going to be getting access to the strats and abilities out of the Leviathan supplement, because the actual sub-faction ability is being overwritten by the Crusher Stampede ability, which is going to give all of the army a 5+ invulnerable save, and all of the monsters 1 point of damage reduction, as well as some counting their remaining wounds counts for holding objectives, which makes them much better holding objectives. Although without the Hive Mind Imperative Stratagem from the High Fleet Leviathan supplement, they do not get access to objective secured. So it does cost CP to get objective secured on these guys. And that is a big weakness of the Army of Renown that players have been finding so far. You basically only have access to warriors as your innate OBSEC, and they get a little pricey, especially for low model count. That's bringing a Hive Tyrant, who's been upgraded to be a big smashy Hive Tyrant, 2 monstrous Siding Talons, upgraded with Murderous Size. I hope so.
3 inches this way.
Sounds good.
So he drops a bomb.
Sounds good.
He's going to do that right now.
Oh, we're doing some Spore Mine bombs with Harpies.
This is 2 squads. One with
I don't know if that Hive Tyrant has Murderous Size on his... oh, he does. Okay, it might just not be represented on the list here. So that's going to make him Strength 7, AP 4 for flat 4 damage on the those Scything Talons. He also has a Warlord trait, Rampaging Beast, for additional D3 attacks. So he makes 5 plus D3 attacks every time he goes with those big 4 damage claws. We also have the Swarm Lord in there in order to give some double moves to these melee monsters. In the troops slot, we have a couple units of Tyranid Warriors, all of them upgraded with a Venom Cannon, interestingly, which is a big points sink, but does give those warriors a little bit of ranged punch if they need it. They also all have Bioweapon Bond, so they can give that +1 to hit to something within 12 inches, or they can chain it down. Wow, we are already starting to remove some interceptors from these Spore Mine bombs. That was pretty effective right there. So in total, we have 2 units of 3, as well as 1 unit of 5 Tyranid Warriors with that upgrade. We then have 2 Haruspexes, as well as a Moloch in the heavy support slot, to give the list a little bit more board presence and allow it to score secondaries like Engage in all fronts a little bit more easily. Then we also have 2 Psi Tyradols in that heavy support slot as well, which actually have been picked as 2 of the last targets in this matchup, which is a little interesting. It means that they're going to have to play a little bit more cagey than they would normally like to, but they are relatively difficult to kill, especially with that -1 damage. In the flyer section, we have 2 Harpies. These guys are just mostly here to score engage on all fronts and be able to plow down some mortal wounds.
Let's first move Betty over here. He needs to move exactly 6 inches out.
They can use the breaking through stratagem for 1 CP to roll a bunch of dice and deal mortal wounds on 3+, up to a maximum of 6. Which is pretty good, although they are a little bit expensive. But for a 30-inch moving monster, with that invulnerable save and that damage reduction, it's not too bad. It's a pretty good deal. We have upgraded those guys to the Venom Cannons, as we talked about earlier, which is going to help a little bit to deal some damage. I'll send it back to the players' mics here as we continue the remainder of the movement phase here.
5. And for all intents and purposes.
More than enough.
Yep. Okay, so then that is that. Okay, so we are done with that. Let's get on to psychic shenanigans. Okay, first up, I'm going to give the Haradio D3 extra attacks. Goes
Sounds
off
good.
on a 6.
You got it?
You can deny on a 10.
No, I think I'm out of range.
So it looks like we
Okay,
are
so
going to be trying to
Haradio
soup
gets
up this
D3 extra
Hyrule in the
attacks, and we do
front.
that now. You get
2
extra
more
2.
attacks. Nice.
The Hive
And then
Tyrant
he's
giving
gonna
it
get a 4-up
aggressive
invuln.
surge for 2 additional attacks.
He does not.
And flubbing his
I didn't
synaptic
need that.
barrier.
I got CP to burn, why not? Do I go this way? Pills?
Going for a reroll.
This
Goes off
is
on an
his
8.
4-up invuln. Next swarm is going to try to give him Catalyst.
Yep.
No, repairs. Okay. He takes D3. He just takes 1.
Sounds good.
And then he has Catalyst.
We could do a prediction, chat. We're a little late. Whatever.
And then
That's okay.
I will give
We'll make it a very quick prediction. Here we go.
Auto Smite range. So the Onslaught will go on the. He moves 12. Yeah, 18th charge.
We're gonna make it a 2-minute prediction.
Onslaught to the.
So everybody who wants to get your channel points in,
Onslaught to the high.
do it
just in
now.
case I need to.
Go, go, go.
Yeah,
Rush.
doesn't go off. Okay. that was
Rush the
cycle.
betting window.
Want to shoot in. First up, this Harpy is going to put all its rounds into. Which happens? And I need to kill these interceptors. So he's going to put all his rounds into the back squad of interceptors.
Back squad. Sounds good.
So it is 2d3 attacks. We got 5.
So we're gonna make use of that bioweapon
hit.
bond.
Mhm.
Get those venom cannon shots out.
Okay. He's wound on 2s because it's strength 9.
Mhm.
Nope, of course I get 2 ones. -2, so on your 5 up.
-2 on a 5 up. Either miss.
1 dice.
1 dice.
And
This
then
one
he's
out.
got some. He's got stinger salvos. He's hit on 3s.
Go get him, Harpy.
And he's wound on 3s because strength 5. Okay, -1 on that, so 4 ups.
4 ups here. Damage 1, right?
Yep.
So
You
one
just-
more dice.
1 more die.
There we go.
Did I miss anything else? Nope. Okay. Next up, this one's going to do the same.
Ooh, big bets for
Same
Tyranids.
unit?
Yep.
We're almost 2-1. Tyranids
Same
to Grey
unit.
Knights. Oh, just kidding. Turned right around.
2d3 shots.
3.4 to Grey Knights. 3.3 to
Nice.
Tyranids. Neck and neck. Hot damn, chat.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. Hitting the box. Okay, all that on your 5 up.
5 ups here.
Oh!
Okay,
Nice
so
miss all
that's
of them,
okay.
so-
Second Harpy actually wipes
was
an
gonna put everything into them,
interceptor
so
squad.
special
That's
shots
pretty
always
wild. Good job, Venom Cannons.
Okay,
Getting
no
some
one
work
else
done.
is in range of
Although
shooting.
The Harpies
then
not
this-
actually
the
being
swarm
flyers
is gonna
means that they
tell
don't,
this
or not
other to
actually being
move.
aircraft. They are just standard flyers. Means that they don't have any protection against a melee of units, like Drago and like these interceptors on the bottom here. So I think it's a reasonable chance that we see both these Harpies either get picked up or get seriously damaged in this coming turn. So we did, looks like got an onslaught with an advance off. No onslaught maybe. So just moving up this Hive Tower duel onto Objective 4, that will, although Tyranids were already scoring Stranglehold, that will hold down that objective. And we're just hoping for a big charge in this Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster. This is the one with Servant of the Throne, so it can pop a 3+ invulnerable safe to tank the side Tower duel.
Too much. Let's try this Harpy into them.
So we're going to charge
Okay.
the back Harpies first. See if we can get some long charges in.
9-inch. Oh, he doesn't make it. Yep. Okay, next Harpy will go into the front interceptor squad.
I wonder if this is
makes
where
it.
our breaking through goes, so just to try to wipe a second
This
interceptor
is
squad.
8-inch, so
With that
about
purifying
10
ritual on the
ritual
Grey Knight side of the
here.
table, losing 2 of those combat squads immediately to these 2 Harpies is going to be a pretty significant
I don't know,
loss in
not so
the number of Psychers we have available to start casting those purifying rituals, especially since we have auras like Shadow in the Warp and the potential 4+ deny on the Tyranid side of the table
I would use
to
it
make those
7-inch charge
ritual
into
charges,
your
or
Grandmaster.
ritual
Would you
casts
like to go for it?
even harder. Here's the big charge from the side Tyra duel. It's the Nemesis Dread Knight. I don't think that's going to do
I'm
it.
gonna spend a CP to reroll that. Come on,
Here's the
please.
reroll.
Let's get the charge. We need to make
Drum
this
roll,
charge.
please, chat. An
Yes,
8?
That's good.
Oh, he makes it? Oh, no.
Okay,
Nemesis Dread
I'm gonna
Knight.
spend 1 CP for breaking through.
So we are going to break through
Yeah,
here. So
So
this
6,
Interceptor squad, highly unlikely is going to get killed by
effectively
Harpy.
18
Harpy's not
dice.
very good at melee.
but 6 wounds. Let me spend my CP.
And we are going to plow this guy for 6,
Agreed.
against which he has that
Please, you
Aegis
take
save.
multiple wounds. So 6 for intents
Yep.
and purposes. You can choose your 6.
6 eyes. 5.
Ooh,
I
just
do
say-
make 1,
hits him
so
for
5
5.
dice
So we
roll.
need 2 converted wound rolls now from the side Tyranids attacks in order to kill this guy. If we do kill him, that is going to be a huge swing on turn 1.
The Harpy makes them fight last because that's his
Sounds good.
ability.
Yep.
And then Mr. Hyrule is going to spend 2
Yeah,
CP.
getting that sweet harpy sonic screech in there.
Thunderous Impact.
Prevents the
He gets
interceptor
+1 to
squad.
hit, +1 to wound, and +1 damage.
Plus one
from
damage.
interrupting.
Yeah, I will spend the inbound save here for
Yeah,
this
wait.
guy. Otherwise, he's gone anyways.
So, spending an additional
Okay.
2 CP for +1 hit,
So
wound, and
he
damage
gets
from the
2
side
extra
Tyranids
attacks.
into the Nemesis
got
Dread Knight
8.
Grandmaster. He's already hitting on 2s
He's already
rerolling,
hitting on
so it's
2s,
really going to give him
rerolling
+1
Thank goodness.
to +1 to wound. So he is going to wound on 2s.
And he's wound on 2s. Nothing special.
I don't think we saw a Voracious Appetite
Okay,
here, so
you
2
got
fails, and that's going to be
6 saves
6.
to make on your trap.
All right,
And
let's
this is
probably
B3
see a
plus
slow
4
roll
now,
here in
right?
case we boss
Yes,
these.
these 3 +4.
Okay. First one. This one fails. We'll leave him on 1 wound. Let's go for the next
Yeah,
one.
so the one shot can't kill him.
Roll the damage, actually. Yeah, you have to roll the damage for that one.
Okay, so D3.
So it's
He
2 plus
takes
4, that's 6 damage. Down to 2.
All right, we just got to roll all of these out now.
I still need to make 3 more saves.
Good, good, good.
Okay, I'm alive on 2 wounds.
Nailed it.
To be fine. This interceptor is going to punch into them. I mean, my
These
harpies.
harpies into interceptors, yeah.
So just 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Yeah, of course I get a 2. Wounding on 3s. Just 1 on a 5-up.
5 ups, I don't make it.
That's fine. I'm just piling to make sure you're not running away. Okay,
So
you may choose where to fight.
interceptors tank the
Do you have anything
pretty
to fight twice or
turgid
something?
Yes, I do.
You do.
attacks from the harpy. And the Grandmaster
So
Nemesis
you
Dread
can
Knight
just
swinging
do
now.
this guy again before I swing. I'm gonna hit first with this Grandmaster.
Okay.
It's only 4 attacks. I will do spend CP for rolling once to hit and wound, so I'm going down to 6.
Yeah, the turn one
I'm gonna
charge
do
was
the
nice, chat.
big
We did have to
so
gamble
two
an 8
rerolling
for it, so
ones.
it's not an amazing.
As you get to
And
the
then- Yeah, because I just spent the CP for rerolling once to hit and once to wound.
Okay.
And then strength 10. I
Wasn't
got
a
charged,
sure
so I got
thing to get
+1
that charge in,
wound,
but it is
so
lucky
I
that we
get
got it.
wounds you on 2s, rerolling the ones because of the strategy. Okay, so it's 4 wounds, no mortals. You get your 4 up in bone.
Or up in
All
one.
of them.
Oh!
Nice.
And the Hyrule tanks the Grandmaster
punch
Nemesis
roll, yep.
Dread Knight on the swing back. Now,
Interceptors,
I will say this is a little aggressive out of the Tyranids. The side Tyrudos are to the last targets, so sending this guy in, I mean, he will probably get taken out by one of the follow-up Nemesis Dread Knights, I have to imagine, and all of the mortal wounds that we can deal from the just generically from the Grey Knights in the back here. It does sort of force the Grey Knights back, so their ritual purification is going to be a lot worse. But on the flip side, it does mean that you probably lose 5 points in the long game.
And 6 or you?
I'm strength 6, yeah.
Okay, so
You did
before.
help.
Okay.
But I think I missed anyways.
It goes
One
through.
more
He just takes 2 damage because
mortal
minus
plus 1, minus 1 damage, yeah.
2 damage. Now the question is, do I want to fight twice?
No chaplain, chat.
No, I don't. I'll just leave it like that.
Just the two
I
Grandmasters and
hold
Drago.
3, so
And
I get my stranglehold.
the Librarian. The Librarian might be the
Target.
scariest thing for that guy.
And it
'Cause
is
he does have
your
a
turn,
Purifying Flame.
Alright,
you got
and a
you
Vortex.
got morale to take on these guys, I think.
yeah, because there's no sergeant there, so on a 6 I would fail. I'm
Yeah,
good.
they're fine. Okay, that is your
Alright.
turn.
Pass me the time when you're ready.
Yeah, the real interesting question is these Horospexes, chat. I agree. I want to see the Horospexes
There you go.
get some work done. I think I would have preferred to see potentially a Horospex in this position instead of the Side Tyranids. Although I don't think it actually makes that charge because they're so slow. These poor little hungry turtle boys, they don't go that fast. So it looks like elected not to double fight with the side Tyranids. We do have a bunch of ways to clip out the last couple wounds on that Grandmaster. If the Grandmaster does elect to stay in melee and not fall back, we could potentially, if the Hyrule goes down, he could automatically explode or fight on death to try to kill that guy. So not the end of the world that we didn't kill that guy, although it is a little scary that it is one of our two the lasts for sure. Did score a Stranglehold out for Tyranids and priority targets. And now we're going to be back to the Grey Knights looking to see what they can score. Their priority target is going to be easy, but getting Purifying Ritual now that the Tyranids have taken so much board space is going to be a little tough. Because it seems unlikely, especially with the positioning of this Harpy here. Let me get my Telestrator going. With the position of this Harpy here, we actually don't have a way to get any Grey Knight models in to touch this objective without entering the engagement range of the Harpy. And because it's going to be screening out that objective, it means that there's no way for them to teleport onto it. So they aren't going to be able to be purifying on that objective. So we're locked down to a 2 on Purifying Ritual, and there's also a billion denies from both the Hive Tyrant and the Swarm Lord covering Objective 4. So the Purifying Ritual this turn is actually going to be a little bit tough.
Maybe try something like that. Probably yes. Let's try it. Moving 12. Go somewhere like so. Yeah, let's move your token. One move to the side. Like so. Like so. And this one will come on here. Alright. These two guys. Caldo Drago. Move to the front. This guy's could just get away. There's no way I pass through that, right? Or and this is like 3.4. No, I don't think I can make that.
So Interceptor's pushing out as far as we can. Looks like potentially trying to lock down some avenues going into the castle here. Now, I think the biggest thing about this very aggressive Haruspex play, or Hyrule play, excuse me, is that it does force the Grey Knights back so far that they can't really engage as wide a front as they want. Because especially hitting these you know, sort of more dangerous models in the back, the Harpies are in and of themselves, despite the fact that we did see some overperformance from the Spore Mines and the Venom Cannons, although it certainly helped with that Bioweapon Bond turn 1, which definitely is helpful. It gives those warriors something to do turn 1, because that buff isn't always super useful. What it does do is it means that the Grey Knights don't have a lot of sort of room to maneuver, so they aren't going to be able to get optimal guns on target, especially onto the Swarm Lord. If you, as a Tyranid player, if you lose the Swarm Lord this early to the Grey Knights player, I think the game is in jeopardy, because those Haruspexes are going to have so much trouble getting to their ultimate target, and without that, the access to that double move. But that said, I think your opponent is heavily incentivized to deal with this Hyrule, because not only is the Hyrule in a very scary position, it's also that to the last target, so you really want to be able to kill it if you can. And then the Harpies are going to be eating a lot of that mortal wound output that this army potentially has if you're not going to be purifying ritualing. And if those even if those Dread Knights shoot into them, it's not really the target you want to shoot your big silencers and Gatling silencers at. Harpies are they're just kind of there. They just hang out.
Where's this fella? Somewhere here.
Yeah, Chad, I think the question on, especially I think maybe the engaging with the second Harpy, although what it is doing right now, one thing it is important to point out, each of these Harpies, despite the fact that they are so far forward, they are doing something very important. This one is stopping, like we talked about, any Grey Knight from getting on this objective with its engagement range, so they're not going to be able to Ritual Purification onto Objective 3 this turn. This one is stopping, with its engagement range here, stopping the Dread Knights from being able to get around this corner and easily access the Hyrule. So the second Harpy is essentially screening the Hyrule out from the scariest things to it, which is going to be these Dread Knights, and especially this one with the Demon Great Hammer, the D3+3 damage weapon. Hyrule can fight a lot of individual Grey Knights because they are only 2 damage. They are going to be dealing with some additional mortal wounds, which is actually really what wins Grey Knights these fights a lot of times with that Tide of Convergence, because you start picking these big Tyranid monsters over and over. That will eventually kill them. But
so far, this one will come here. Actually, this one
the actual damage from their swords isn't going to do too much because of that. Because of that damage reduction from the Army of Renown. But that said, with all of the with the Harpies in the way, these Dread Knights could potentially have had a relatively easy charge. They just go around the corner here, and it's probably a 6 or 7 inch charge, I think, probably from this Hyrule. And that would have been really not very good if you can plow 2 Dread Knights into a Hyrule. It's not great. I'm a little bit worried. I think we're screening with our Haruspexes in the back here. We do have the Tyranid Warrior screening at this back corner, and the Haruspex in the center of the deployment zone screening any potential Gate of Infinities coming in to threaten Objective 1. But what that does mean is those are 170-point monsters. And I'm a little bit worried that they're a little far back. I do kind of like, this is a little bit of a cheeky screen, I think, as well, because we do have an opening here where something could potentially drop in and get a bead on Swarmlord. But I don't believe that there's a place that we can fit a Dread Knight where he's not inside the difficult terrain, the difficult area terrain, which is kind of cheeky. I think
spend 1 CP. So
Indicus would like nothing more than for Sensonic to send a Nemesis Dread Knight to get stuck in that difficult terrain. Just trip and fall on his face and get murdered by a Hive Tyrant. So we're going to use the teleporter stratagem to fall back and shoot and charge with the Nemesis Dread Knight. So we're going to be plowing two Nemesis Dread Knights into the side Hyrule, as well as whatever these Grey Knights want to put in.
Then I would probably spend 2 CP. I'm moving that. Where do I move here? Come here.
Yeah, interestingly, the +1 damage psychic power actually isn't that big of a huge of a deal against the Army of Renown.
Yeah.
It usually, it spells doom for a lot of Tyranid stuff because their defensive profiles don't tend to be that great. But
6 of these guys, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they might have to watch out because that base isn't measuring correctly.
Of that. Am I within 9? Ah, no, it's the wrong. It's the wrong. No, it's the wrong thing. I need to change this.
Yep.
There we go. So it doesn't really fit there. It doesn't fit there. It doesn't fit there. That sucks.
Yeah, I might have to get stuck in this corner where things could get awkward.
This side doesn't fit either. Okay, I think. No, I'm out of the board. So, nothing here.
Yeah, this forest is really going to stop those Dread Knights from doing exactly what they want. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he'll have to go here. Sucks, but it's what it is.
Yeah. It may still be a 9-inch charge if we can peel that turn easily enough and get within an inch. But we do have to make the charges. We have to roll relatively big charges with the other 2 Dread Knights first in order to give him space.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Trees greater than Dread Knights? Not wrong, chat.
Okay. I think that should do.
But yeah, what we were saying is the
move, so it's down to 4.
the +1 damage only really affects the damage off of the Psy Cannons themselves on the Dread Knights, since the Silencer will go from 1 damage to 2 and get reduced back down to 1 by the damage reduction on the Hyrdules. So it's only going to affect 6 of each of these Dread Knights shots, which is, I mean, it's still good, but it's not like, an immediate death sentence as it would be anything without that damage reduction.
I'm playing first, making a 5. I will make it on a 7, so that would be just 4 mortals.
So we're going to start mortaling down these Harpies.
And then let's try to put Vortex of Doom onto the same guy, meaning a 7. Let's go off on an 8. I think
Yeah,
that's
there
two
is
defeats.
that. There's that stratagem that Tyranids have
That would be 4 mortals more.
to take over terrain, right? You can remove cover from terrain features.
Okay, so that's the library.
This one's
done.
just
Let's
they do the same thing. It
go
just
onto the side.
turns the trees
The
into
Grandmaster
capillary
and Red
towers or
Knight,
something.
like he's out of range of your denies. Yeah. So I'm gonna spend the relic right now. Not the relic, but the gem. +2 for powers. I'm gonna get the +2. I'm gonna try to put the +1 damage onto the higher rule. Let's see if it goes off. Being a 5, does go off with a 7-9. So that's a pretty amplification onto this guy. No, not this one, but this one.
So
And
+1
then
damage is
I
off.
We'll go into the next one. Nemesis Red Knight.
So this
will
is
put
gonna
the
hurt.
+1 to wound on shooting. Let's see if it goes off. I need a 7 for
The
that
+1 to
one.
wound is going to
Does
be a
go
big
off
deal.
for the
It does go off. Ugh. Well, that's probably the one that
Is that
matters a little bit more, I
something?
think.
And then next swap, this one.
This
did fall back,
Cyrodiil
so
is
it cannot
going to
do
be in
any
for a tough
powers.
time, although it
Strike
is
squad next to
catalysted
these,
and synaptic
guys.
barrier,
This
so
guy,
it is
the
as
Justicer,
defensive as you can make a Tyranid
is
monster.
just within 24 of your Hive Tyrant, so you will be able to deny if you want. So this will be Hammerhand onto the strike squad, needing a 5, which is a 5. Would you like to deny? This is the one to roll damage.
Yes,
Okay, so it's denied. The second power for the interceptors. We'll try to purify the ritual into that objective. Let's see if it goes off. Let's go off on a 7 or a 6. A 6 because I'm within 18.
Okay, so Swarmy will try and deny that.
So it's a Swarmy, denied. Alright, and then back to displays. I'm gonna put Sanctuary with Rego. Let's see if it goes off. Meaning, am I within denying?
Yep.
Okay, you can deny, but I'm not within Shadow of the Warp. So let's see what we can get. I do get an 11 for Sanctuary. Would you like to deny with the Hive Tyrant?
Okay. I can have it.
You can have it, so I will put it onto the Strike Squad over here. And then the next power will be... Am I within range? No. I could advance and get the range, but then I miss the power. We'll just do a smite onto the Harpy. It's a 5. Would you like to deny?
Let's see.
Come those additional mortal wounds. Are we looking
go
for
ahead.
an auto explode on the Harpy?
Okay, let's
yeah.
see if it blows
This
out.
is actually a lot of damage after
What's
it comes out.
one
If it drops into 1, yeah.
Just takes 1. Alright. Let's purify a ritual.
I think we
with,
probably want to save,
this Nemesis Red Knight over
if we
here.
have access
Let's see
to
if
it,
goes off.
save the
Let's go
fight
5.
phase auto explode on the Hyrule
One
to try to
point.
kill off that
I'll just put it right now. Otherwise I
remaining
will
Dread
forget.
Knight.
Okay, this net strike squad will try to hammerhand on themselves. I now I need a 6 because the second attempt does go off on a 6. I'm not looking 18, right? How many of these guys? Would you like to deny? Are you out to the... How many powers did you deny with the Hive Tyrant?
Just one.
Just one, okay.
Okay, so yeah, sure. 6. He doesn't deny. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's hammerhand for these guys. And then these interceptors over here.
Yeah, those successful casts of Hammerhand are going to help as well. Like his full rerolls to wound in the fight phase, so it's going to, in addition to being just more of those wounds from those strike squads are going through, it's going to be
just
additional
gonna-
chances to trigger
just
that
gonna go
additional
for
mortal
smites.
wound from Tide of Convergence, which is
Or-
very scary. Can't invulnerable save or damage reduction on mortal wound, so you just get slapped.
Yeah, let's go for a smite. So this would be the second one. I'm gonna do it. Doesn't really matter, right? I can do it with this one. 7.4, this is still the closest, so I'm gonna do it with this guy. I need 6 because it's the second smite. Let's go off on an 11, so it's a super smite. You're out of denying, so I'm just gonna... Actually, let me check one thing. No, you're not within 18, so I do get the full smite. So it's 1d6 damage, for 6 damage to the Harpy. Okay, and then I do still have this guy. Do I want to smite this guy? Yeah, I'm gonna smite this guy. Let's see if it goes off. 97. Let's go off on an 8. Do you have any denies with the Hive Tyrant?
Doesn't have any denies.
Okay, so then it just pops. Just see if you
Die.
want to spend the CP for exploding.
Yeah, I think I will. I'll spend 1 CP. You explode.
Okay.
So everything here, and these guys will take D3. So
Sounds good.
Drago takes 2.
2 mortal down to 5. Actually, we're just gonna roll for that first. So,
Drug.
item
Take
track.
2. Plus the closest Red Knight will take 2. This
2
one.
for the closest one.
Oh, those guys behind the wall
Just
will
roll
also
over
take.
here. Item
Harpy's
track,
freaking
so
out.
The closest one will get 2 wounds down to 11.
Might be the
Okay, the furthest one takes 1.
single most
Item
damage
track down to 12.
dealt by
Your
Harpies
librarian
is,
will take 2.
when they blow up.
2 for the librarian. 5 ups.
Really, Harpies are 155 points and 2
That
CP
interceptor squad behind the wall.
to score
take
engage
3.
one time and deal a billion mortal
3
wounds to your
for the
opponent's army,
second
which is
behind
pretty
the
good.
wall.
You usually get like 10 mortal wounds out of those guys.
So item track any 1.5 go down. So on 1 life.
Hey, good lord, we still have so much to go to. Intercept the strike squad near him. I mean, these ones over here will take 1.
1.
This is from the Harpy blowing up?
Yep.
Okay. How close were they hit this unit?
It was, yeah. Should be,
Yeah, it only goes 3
so
inches, right?
it's 6 inches, isn't it?
That would surprise me.
No, sorry, 3 inches. So yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Never mind. Put them back. Put them back. These guys can go
So
back.
it's 3 inches. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so it's just gonna be.
yeah, it was definitely going to be 3 units,
So,
I think,
yeah,
is what we
The
that's
measured
librarian
before.
doesn't get it.
I
Other
was
Drago
like-
and the Nemesis Red Knight and this strike
Yeah.
squad.
It was 3
Okay,
units.
so it's just these guys. Never
Still
mind.
worth the
Lucky
1
than he was.
CP.
So then just the
We
squad.
started removing these interceptors up here. I was like, what's happening?
Guineas.
Alright, well, we got it.
This
Okay,
one
these
is
guys
out.
will take 2. So
This
it's
one
not
will
good.
take how many?
2.
2. So
Right,
it's
so-
5 ups. I do make both.
I guess that's fine. Okay, so not that
And
bad.
these ones are good. So
Okay.
these interceptors didn't get any.
Okay, so through Aegis, 1 CP for 4 mortal wounds,
so
which
just
is really,
Drago,
I
that
mean,
can-
it's 6
okay.
in any other
This one safe,
faction,
Drago
right?
got
So
2 and this one got 2.
definitely worth
Yep.
a CP.
Okay.
He's dead.
Alright. I'll proceed to my shooting phase. Let's go for it.
More explosion for such a badass.
Let's put all the shots from the Grandmaster with the hammer.
Yeah,
into the
every,
higher room. Let's see if we can scratch this thing.
I think every Tyranid monster
You're wounded on 3, correct?
explodes 3.
Am I wound? Yeah, you've toughness 8. I have a +1 to wound. So if you want to spend the thing now, does it last until the end of the phase or until the
Yeah,
end of the turn?
End of that phase.
Okay.
Do I recharge?
Is it 2 CP?
Yeah, 2 CP because it's big.
Okay.
Well, considering there's 3 Dread Knights going to be shooting at him, so why not? I'll pay 2 CP, he has Transhuman on him.
Sounds good. Okay,
Is it transhuman? Keep the Hyrule
Psychonon
alive?
From the first guy, plus the 12 silencers. Let's just do all together.
I think best case scenario here, we eat the
Alright,
shooting.
So this will be hitting on 2s, no rerolls.
Probably get killed in the fight phase, but that at least
And
brings
then
more
moving
Dread
on
Knights in for
4s
another
for all of it
activation of
because
the
5s, but
auto
I get
explosion.
+1 to wound.
that will hit potentially 4 or
And
5
units.
units, which
So
is
all of these are for up.
a billion mortal wounds. Since the Hyrules do actually deal flat 3, not a D3.
Okay, so he takes.
So this
2
will take 2 damage here because this is +1 damage, all of it. So this one
even
will count.
the silence, the Gatling silence also gets it. Okay.
Yeah, but the silencer doesn't matter because you have -1 damage. It doesn't only matter for the side cannon.
Okay. So then.
It's 6 damage. You get your 5 ups, right?
Okay, so these are 5 up funeral pings. So he just takes 4.
He just takes 4. That's good. Next up, we're gonna do the next guy next to him. This guy will roll once because of the Grandmaster. So these will be 3s running ones. Okay, and it's 2. And then these will be 4s. Ouch. Only 4.
Help.
So get your 4 ups.
Okay, everything on a 4 up.
All good. Nice. Next up, it's going to be the Grandmaster next to them. He's
Chat,
gonna
let me know if you
hit
can
on
hear the
4s
players
because he
okay.
lasts
They're a little
5.
quiet on my end,
Do I want to spend CP here?
but I turned things up through the stream, so hopefully that's they sound okay.
I do get only the +1 damage. I don't get the +1 to wound here. No, so far I think I'm not gonna spend CP. Let's go for it. Force. I do miss all of these, and then force. The red ones will be fights because I don't get the thingy. So it's only 2 wounds. You get your fraps. So it's on 1 damage, and you save it. Okay, nice.
Yep. 2 CP was spent.
Then this guy will shoot everything into the higher level as well.
Okay.
And this will be 3 rolling ones because of Drago. Let's see what we get. Alright, 3 misses so far, and then this one will get the +1 damage and +1 wound, so in force. All of these at 4 ups. Okay, so 4 ups go through. These are 2 damage each, the blue ones, so you get to roll this on 5 ups. Okay, just a bit better, 5 damage. And the next guy...
Halfway down on the high riddle.
So this guy will shoot everything at the higher riddle as well.
It is a bit quiet, chat.
Yeah, I can see tail.
Let's see if I can fix that.
So let's put everything into the side. This is 3 running ones because of Drago. I do miss with all of these. And then we're wounding on force because I do get the benefit from the +1 to wound. So all of these at 4 ups. Ouch. Okay, so this goes out, and this is 1, 2, and 3 blues. So all of these at 5 ups. 5 damage. Alright.
Hopefully that's better, chat.
I think this is a big guy's shot. Let's put the strike squad into the same high hurdle. Let's see if we are lucky. And we got some 6s over there. Then 2 more shots. This is 3 rolling everything because of Drago. Chapter rerolls. Oops, I get 2 1s that I didn't roll. Sorry. These 2 1s will reroll as well. So this will miss. And then wounding on 6s because toughness 8. So only 1 wound. You get your armor safe here.
Yep.
You're good. And then the next up, the strike, the interceptor squad next to them will do the same. 20 shots. I don't think I get any rerolls there, do
Which
I?
is more competitive, Maliceptor
no.
or Horror
So
Specs?
there's 3 no rerolls.
Generally Maliceptors, but it usually
Oops,
it does depend a lot on
there. Okay, so this misses.
on
And then winning on 6.
your archetype.
Okay,
Because the Maliceptor tends to be more of a support role. Whereas if you're looking for something that just actually deals damage by itself, a Horror Specs is better.
Oh, okay.
Although
The
not
next
the best
one
if
is
you're
this
looking for a melee
interceptor
monster.
squad, putting all the shots into the Harpy. No rerolls, hitting on 3s. Or do I get a -1 to hit the Harpy?
No, he's not aircraft.
He's not an aircraft, okay. So I'm winning on 5s this time. So all of these and your armor safe.
These are 4 ups. He is down to 1.
Down to 1. Okay, so these guys will just put shots into the higher, the ones that can see him. I think which is all of them, but the range is 23. Okay, so 10 shots into the higher duel. I don't even know how to pronounce it right. This is like 3s and then 6s.
Classic Tyranids.
No ones. Okay,
Weird,
so that's this guy's on. Calder Drago could shoot
Mendelian
at the
sounding
higher
names.
duel. Let's do it. 4 shots, hitting on 2s. No rerolls. Wounding on 6s. No ones. I think that's about it. That's the end of the shooting phase. Let's go into charges. Okay, let's charge. So you can put some Overwatch with this guy. Very nasty Overwatch. So let's charge first with the Interceptor squad into your higher level. Would you like to Overwatch?
Oh, it.
So the Overwatch is tempting here.
You don't Overwatch? Sorry, I didn't get that. Oh, okay.
There's a
Then I'm
3d6
just gonna
shot
roll
flamer,
charge.
but I
It's
think
a
we're probably
9.
holding that CP for a fight on, or
Just
for
gonna
a
move this to the
auto
side just for a
explode.
second. These guys will come 9 towards here. Hopefully you can screen that guy. Does the Swarm Lord get to move through walls? I don't think so, right?
No, he's a
Just in
monster.
case. Just in case. Just yeah. So he has like Dima powers like jumping over walls and stuff. The strike squad will charge into the Hierarchy as well for a nice 6. So this will come here, this will come here, this will come here, this will come here, this will come here. Just making some space for my Dread Knights, hopefully. Nice and cozy. There we go. And then finally, the Dread Knight will charge the normal Dread Knight at the Hierarchy as well. Over here, let's see if we can get a nice roll. I do get a 9. So this will just somewhere here and then somewhere here. I think there's still space for my Dread Knight, but you do fight on death. How many CP is that?
That's 2 CP.
That's 2 CP, so you only have 1 left. So I'm gonna charge my Dread Knight. I mean, you could auto explode with the Hierarchy for 1 CP as well, right?
Yeah, and he is 6 inches.
He is 6 inches and he is D6, I guess.
No, flat 3.
Flat 3. So I'm gonna die with my Dread Knight anyways. Because I'm within range anyways. So just fuck it, let's just charge before he dies.
Hierarchy also freaks out for 3 inches, FYI. I don't
for 3 inches.
Yeah, I don't believe that any Tyranid monster does it for more than 3 inches.
So it's 3 inches. In that case, if I'm more than 3,
you're just out. Damn it. Well,
I'm out. So I'm not gonna charge with this guy. All right. Then in that case, I'm not gonna charge
like
with him.
The super heavies too, I guess.
So I can
They
remain
go
alive.
for 2d6.
Okay, no more charges. The interceptors will charge at the harpy for a nice 9.
I think that's
It will come somewhere here.
That's like the one reason that auto explodes are probably fine in
Tyranid.
Tyranid.
Take out some people.
Is that they don't actually explode for that big.
Okay, more than 1 inch away from the wall. Hopefully.
It's not like Adeptus.
And then the strike squad will charge at the harpy as well.
Airplanes into your deployment zone that explode 6 inches for D4.
For 9.
These little harpies, they only go a little tiny bit.
I'm gonna stay somewhere here. Nine somewhere here. This guy is within 1. Yeah, perfect. This one's got Hammerhand. And I think that's the end of the charges. Let's go into combat.
He makes them fight last.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna put all the strike squad attacks into
that is only when the harpy charges, FYI.
Oh, really? Oh, come on.
Oh, really?
Please.
Okay. In that case, I can fight with everything first. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with the strike squads into the Hierarchs. Let's see if we can finish it up with that. This is going to be 16 attacks.
Poor Hierarchy. He's gonna die. Anyway.
3 is rerolling everything because of Chattermaster rerolls. So all hit, and then strength 5 wounding on 5s, I'm guessing. Okay, nice. So this is 5 mortals and 6 wounds, and 4 ups.
Great.
So 5 mortals plus 10 damage because you have plus 1 damage. So if you want to roll the feel no pains, it's 15 in total.
Well, let's see. Weird things have happened in this world. 5 ups.
Whoa! It's just 4. Okay. Nice roll though. Nice try.
Yeah. Anyway, he is going to auto explode. So
auto explode. Yeah, let's get some that.
So he takes 3.
It's out to 3 mortal wounds, right?
Yep.
So on the Nemesis Dread Knights, let's roll 3 dice. 5 ups. I do make 1, so it's down to 2, down to 11. Sorry. The interceptors will get 5 ups. I do make 1, so 1 dice. I'll just take this guy out. And then the strike squads for 5 ups. I do make 2, so only 1 wound. And I'm gonna put the wound onto this guy, for example. There we go. These ones go out. So that's this part done. I'm gonna attack first with the interceptors on the harpy. This will be, I'm not sure if there's a Justicar over here. There's Justicars, so let's just pile in them first. This is gonna be 3 towards here and dazing you. There's gonna be 3 towards here and basing you as well.
So I think
These ones will just complete
mostly a pretty expected result out of this turn, with the Hyrule getting killed.
1.8, so if I move here, I can end within
I do think that we
1.6.
probably overspent a little bit on the Tyranid side of the table.
And then
I don't know if we
again,
needed the
so
2
this
TP
will
plus 1
be-
damage strat,
This one is out of range.
because it didn't change the number of converted wounds that we needed to kill the Grandmaster. I think we just Voracious Appetite
Okay.
and say go.
Does not. You can do your pilings.
Since it already wasn't going to be
Alright,
affecting
draw
the...
that closer to you. Then you
Yeah,
can-
on this case, I'm just gonna be like this.
It already wasn't going to be affecting the hit roll, it would only be basically be given a
Just
+1 to
attach
wound.
this somewhere here.
And the extra damage ended up,
the
yeah,
rest
not
will stay
really mattering, I think.
somewhere like that, so,
Here's 6
And that would have been nice
points
to
you
have
down.
some additional CP
sorry, this is
in
the
there to
piling.
spend.
This would be the piling. So I would put
Both
close-
both Harpies going down and the Hyrule going down, I think generally
There we go.
to be expected,
Um,
especially once that loadstone's down. I think
that's
against
about
Grey
it
Knights, oftentimes
on my
want to keep
turn,
the
so
Synapse
I would
creatures
get,
close to the big
kill
monsters,
3 monsters.
because that gives you coverage with your 4+ deny against the, especially the +1 to wound psychic power is a pretty brutal one. As we saw, that Hyrule will take
No, it's only 2.
approximately 1 billion damage to the shooting phase.
At least with this chapter approved. The next one will come, and I think it changes that. But it's still not great. You do get 10 for primers.
Yep.
So just one.
That said, we do have a Haruspex bearing down on these interceptors in the center. I know we were excited to see how well the Haruspex does. In order to get that stranglehold, we do have Sensonics has very intelligently placed his standard Grey Knights behind his interceptors, so a lot of the aggression is going to hit those interceptors. Well, these guys could be charged by something that coming around this side. But that means that there is going to be a natural obsec on these objectives, since if you leave the Crusher Stampede with access to an objective that doesn't have an obsec on it, they can steal it easily. And we may see that happen over here. Yeah, we may see that happen over here because the Moloch can deep strike in this turn. So we may see the Moloch come in and tow this objective, since there's, I don't believe, any objective secured touching this. Yeah, which means the Moloch would take it, counting as 12 models, which I imagine is what we see happen. It also potentially scores additional priority targets points, although I'm not. I doubt that's going to make a huge difference. But it does come in, deal some mortal wounds, take your opponent's mind off things for a turn, drop their primary objective scoring down to 5, and then we try to get a kill on objective 3, potentially with the Hive Tyrant and the Haruspex. Although we may be angling to fit a Hive Tyrant into one of these Nemesis Dreadknights to try to remove it. Maybe looking to double move the Haruspex in the back here onto the center objective as well. I think the hope is that maybe we get an onslaught in this Haruspex and we see it bullet with a double move around here and get into both units. Then we can sink this guy into the front unit and use the second one to clear the actual objective secured squad out that's behind them. Although that is asking for a lot. It's going to be a pretty long move, I think, even with advancing and charging.
Excuse?
Don't you get signups from the Tyranids warriors as well from this side?
Yeah, but then I can't give.
Ah, I see. Okay, I get you. Yeah,
So-
sorry.
They can give him, and they'll give themselves, but there's no synapse here to give him.
Okay, sounds good.
Doesn't really matter too much to me. Okay, so all the Dread Knights on that side, so fine. Command phase stuff, I don't really need anything.
I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out,
That's
by the
all.
way, chat.
Movement phase.
60 people viewing. Appreciate you.
Let's see if I 16.
Hope everyone's
5
having a good start to your weekend.
16.
Hope folks have some good games planned. It does look like the Hive Tyrant's moving pretty aggressively forward. There are no warding staves in these Grey Knight units, so if this Hive Tyrant does sink into somebody, he just cuts through their armor save, because he is AP4 on the standard Grey Knights.
Okay, so 16 comes in.
Although we do have Sanctuary on the unit in the back here, so that's going to be a little bit tougher. Looking for a 7-inch charge on Drago, although it does require... God, Drago's got a 3+ invulnerable save. I don't know if I love this charge.
You have +1, right? Yeah.
I get
I think unless we have...
Is going to advance.
Unless we're looking for smites on Drago or something, that's usually the way you want to get rid of that guy.
Nice.
Just get rid of him with mortal wounds or something like that. Although we could, we do have breaking through money, so we could break through the Hive Tyrant on Drago, try to kill him with that.
And
And there goes Swarm Lord. Back behind the wall with an advance.
So he has another 4, so he can
See ya.
fight a bit better. He is gonna move 7.
Oh yeah, new leaks, chat. It is a preview weekend. It's very exciting. We got new AdMac code, or not new Custodes Codex, not AdMac. New Custodes Codex, new Gene Stealer Code Codex. It is exciting stuff. The face of 40k is going to be changed.
So Barnes would have to be it's 2 inches. Get them onto the point.
Out of the new stuff that's coming out, chat, what is everyone most excited for? I imagine we probably have a lot of Tyranid fans in the chat right now. So I imagine there's some people excited about the new GSE Codex. But I'm sure some people are psyched about the new Custodes, right? Right? But also, Craft World Eldar, we're seeing some of their new stuff get spoiled. We're seeing maybe a little bit of scuttlebutt about chapter approved. New points, especially from Munitorum Field Manual.
Those warriors are going to have to advance, so we need at least
New railguns? People psyched about railguns? Upset about the new Custodes. Varsidian. That's unfortunate.
Should even review advance. It's a salt. Okay, yeah, there we go.
I think it feels to me like it's going to be a situation similar to the updated Adeptus Sororitas Codex, where everyone was excited about the new Codex, and then when it came out, they got disappointed because a lot of the game design term, like first order optimal stuff, got removed. But it turns out it hadn't been as much of a downgrade as much as it was just a kind of a lateral change. And I imagine that's how the Custodes are going to turn out. Like, oh no, we lost a 3+ vulnerable save, but we also got a billion other abilities. We got cheap troops, 12 point per model troops options, which is going to change how you build Custodes lists a lot. Sub-faction abilities look absolutely insane. I think that's where we're going to end up.
I'll take an 8 going to the terrain. At the end of my movement phase, this fatty will pop here.
Yeah.
Just give me an inch.
Yeah, so here comes the Moloch. Gonna smash the interceptor unit here for a bit.
Okay, yep.
Awesome.
Interestingly, I think it might be okay if you place the Moloch a little closer and you get intervened by the Brotherhood Librarian, because the Librarian actually he himself is not actually good at fighting. 4 attacks at 2 damage,
Yeah, 1,
which gets reduced to 1 because of the Army of Renown.
4 to 5.
Means he doesn't do too much damage, and then you're forcing mortal wounds to go into the Moloch rather than go into the Hive Tyrant. Assuming that the Librarian wants to take that engage.
Yeah,
War
just
Mortal into the interceptors and a 5-up. I don't make it, so kills the guy that had one.
Get wrecked, Interceptor. You got ate by a
is anything
Moloch.
near OPSEC, by the way?
No,
not
you got this objective. This is yours.
It's fine.
So there you go. At the very least, regardless of what happens with
Psychic,
these harness
so let the fun
spexes, we
begin.
do have control of Objective 5 for the Tyranids,
I'm
thanks to
gonna
that Army of
give-
Renown ability.
How far is this range?
Yeah, I do love. I love me some Molochs in the Army of Renown chat. As much as people are excited about Harpies,
so
I think
first he's
Molochs
gonna
are the
give
true
himself
power
D3 extra
of
attacks.
the utility monster.
He doesn't get it. I'm not CP going that. And then he's going to smite. He
That's
gets that.
Knight on a
Right.
9. I will try to deny with any of these guys. I did the Knight on an 11.
Both harness
Yeah,
spexes move, chat.
Yep, that wasn't going to be Tini.
This
And
one
then
came around the
Catalyst
corner
will
like
be
this,
going on
and
that,
then this one moved 7 inches
Fatmo.
towards Swarmlord, who's gonna then
He
double
gets
move it.
Okay,
Trying with an
and
onslaught probably to get a big
I am
advance.
denying with this guy or this
Okay.
guy, so I'll try it. It's a 9, so I need a 9 at least.
Yep.
I do the Knight on a 13.
I believe it's one of the
That's, well,
one of
onslaught
their
just against
kata
one charge.
stances gives
I will try to do the
Custodes
next
mortal
one.
wound protection,
Eight.
chat. I think it's a 4+ against mortal wounds,
Okay.
but only when they're in that particular stance. I haven't read the updated codex, though, so I don't know all the rules.
Psychic done. Shooting. Okay, Swarmy over here is going to tell this guy to move.
Sounds good.
Just going to move 7.
So it looks like no onslaught from the Haruspecs, or on the Haruspecs, which is mad unfortunate.
He'll just move 7, yeah.
Yeah. So it's I think the slowness of these turtle boys.
It's not.
Okay, we just come back. Okay.
Oh, we're just using it to get out of. Oh no. So continuing to protect objective 1 with that Haruspecs, but it does mean that getting that guy back into the fight is going to be so difficult. Ooh. Yeah, that move 7's really hurting them. Even the one that's close enough is like probably looking for a 7-inch charge, 6 or a 7-inch charge here, which sucks.
On a, I think it's strength user. Strength 6. Okay, so wounds on a 3.
Oh, it's a sub-faction ability that gives you the mortal wound ignoring?
I don't make it damage.
Oh, in Custodians. Man, the Custodian sub-faction abilities, as an aside, are incredibly diverse. Like, the power you get from Shield House is insane.
Into your Interceptor squad.
Sounds good.
D3 attacks.
So we did plink somebody with the tongue off this Haruspecs. See if we can kill that guy with the Venom Cannon shot.
Nope. So it's
you got, did you ignore advancing and shooting?
What?
Do you ignore advancing and shooting with them?
Just give me like an hour or so, please.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
I don't ignore the penalty.
Okay.
So 4. I think it's 5s. Yeah, 5s. 5s to hit. Nope. Next squad, do the same, and I'll do the squad with these. Where's the bio cannon? Yeah, you can see, I think.
Yeah, you can see. No problem.
So this bio cannon is going to try to shoot that guy.
Okay.
D3 shots for 2. They do get +1, so these will be on 3s, the squad. Okay, 1 hit and 2's to wound. It wounds 5 up.
Don't make it.
Yeah, we did it. We killed one interceptor.
Okay, so this one is dead.
Good job, Tyranid Warriors.
Now can this guy see you?
Really making up that 15 points you spent on that Venom Cannon.
Yeah, I think he can see you.
Oof.
Yeah, go ahead. No problem.
D3 shots for 2. It's on 5s because they're advanced. 1 hit.
Yeah, Chad, I wouldn't be worrying this far out about what would be in an updated Tyranid Codex. We just don't know what would be legal.
Down to 1. Awesome.
It seems unlikely that the rules out currently wouldn't get rolled into a new codex, but I don't know that. No one knows.
This Tyrant, High Tyrant, is going to make a multi-charge. He's going to go into your Nemesis and into your Elder.
Sounds good.
Wow.
I'm not gonna overwatch.
We are getting
how much
buck wild with this High Tyrant. Going for
7, right?
needing a 7 with the +1 from Adrenal Glands to get into the Nemesis Red Knight and Drago? What are we doing, Tyrant?
7-inch charge.
You got it?
A 10.
With a 10.
An 11. Yeah.
I'm gonna burn 1 CP.
This charge is so ballsy. Alright, so we're gonna try to breaking through to kill Drago is the game plan.
So 12 hits.
It is a little unlikely.
6 more wounds. Well, 5.
So it's 5. Okay, 5 ups.
And we missed out on a mortal wound because we rolled 5 1s and 2s and leaves Drago alive on 1. Oh,
there we go.
No.
And then Mr.
Yeah,
Big
that
Mouth
was a little
charge into your.
A little bit of riverboat gambling there on the Tyrant side. We also have no charge reroll on the Haruspecs now.
6.
Yeah, big 6 to get in because we spent our CP on the breaking through. And he rolls the snake eyes.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Always.
Box guards.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Yep.
Feels bad.
That sucks.
Fortunately, that Moloch is there, so we're not worried about Stranglehold right now. We do have the Stranglehold in the bag. But those, I mean, it's that movement 7 on the Haruspecs.
Yep.
Chat, like, they're just too slow.
Okay, just...
Poor guys. Poor Haruspecs.
This guy get to attack with
all he
his
wants
tiny
to do
claw.
is eat someone. His big wiggly face.
I don't think he heard you.
Trevi, Does this guy get to attack with both his Iving Talons or just one pair?
How do you mean?
Because it says here it makes one additional attack with this weapon.
So you get, I think you get an extra attack with the same profile. That's what I meant.
Yeah, if you
right?
if you have two of them, you get one additional attack with.
Yeah, but since I have two different versions, one with damage 4 and one with damage 3, do I pick one or do they both get to hit with it?
Yeah, you make it with the damage 4 profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sucks. Okay, so I'm going to put all my attacks into that Dread Knight.
Into the Dread Knight, sounds good.
Yep. And I'll tail into the Drago.
And the tail into the Dragon, sounds good.
Okay, so he gets the 3 extra attacks with his big. He gets 2 extra attacks because of his warrior trait.
Yep.
So this is 7 attacks.
Alright. So trying to kill a Dread Knight.
This
Highly
is damage
unlikely.
4 and 6 is to 1 will be damage 5,
In
right?
fact, almost impossible to kill Drago
Yep.
with the tail attack.
Okay.
So,
7 attacks, right?
Yep, 7, 4 plus 3. Yep, 7, 1, 2.
There's doubles
Ah,
here.
Chat,
go,
breaking
there you go.
through hasn't even killed anything
One
in
more.
this game.
There we
Right?
go.
It's not even that good.
Okay.
How good could it be?
He's hit on 2
It's doing nothing.
ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
also no
eight,
CP for
number
Voracious
threes.
Appetite here, so we could
Number
roll. We could
threes,
just spike low
sixes
here,
are
and this would be
extra
bad.
damage.
Ah, we rolled
Nice.
all the 3
So
ups.
I'm gonna roll this
Hell yeah.
apart. The damage 5.
Yep.
I do make 1, so 5 go through. This is 8 down to 8 so far.
Just gotta
And
believe the
I
tail
have
can do
more
it.
fives,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
want
if
to roll
PCP
them one by
rerolls
one, or
on the
not.
to keep the Dread Knight
So it's
alive,
11 already, so plus.
there is a
minus
1 in
5 is
6
6.
Drago flubs his
So I need to
armor
fail 2
save
of
against a
these.
tail attack.
And it will kill me.
That's what I'm into.
I have 4 CP. Let's go 1 on 1. That's a fail. I'm not gonna spend a CP here. That's down to 2. Saved. And misses. Yeah, that's good one.
Okay,
I'm not
Dread
gonna
Knight
spend
goes
CP
down.
here.
And
Now we
then
got that
he'll
sweet
just
tail
roll
attack on
tail in
Drago.
there.
Let's see it.
Yep,
It's on a 2.
that's a hit.
On a 3.
Ah, rolled a
Nope.
1 to wound. No, Drago's fine.
Alright. So
Yeah, we need a 2 into a 3, and then a 2 plus rerollable to keep Drago alive. If we did have a, if we had a 1 CP for a cheeky implant attack,
And then strength 8.
The play would've
I
been
guess
sick.
3 soon. We have
get the
minus 1
successful
to
roll,
wound.
he saves it.
Yeah, -1, so 4.
Minus 1
You
to
just
wound,
ping
so
him
it's
with the
force.
implant.
Only
kill
1.
him.
-3, -4, 3 damage would just do for you.
4 pinball.
And you save it. Okay.
Tyrant takes
So that's
nothing from
alright.
Drago in response, though, so that's something.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have this Brotherhood Librarian engaged, so
Okay,
he
well,
is going to potentially
I do not
drop
get Stranglehold.
a billion mortal wounds onto the
I
High
do get
Tyrant to
my
get through that
priority.
biomorphic carapace, -1 to wound. Which
Oh,
is what
wait,
makes
I
it
do
High
get
Tyrant
Stranglehold.
relatively
My
tanky.
moral
And you
Although these
declare
Haruspex is
the
failing their
yeah,
charges
that's what I
or
was about
failing
to
to
say.
get close enough
I
is going to be a big deal.
5, yeah.
I think we are solidly in the
3 plus.
Yep, 7.
Yeah,
solidly
that's
in
total
the
of
Grey
5,
Knight
yeah.
driver's seat. Unfortunately,
You.
I think
I
we
could be
needed to
wrong.
be
You
able to
had 3
take out
before.
those the Strike Squaddy on objective 3 and drop Grey Knights down to a 5 victory point primary turn this turn. And that would have felt pretty good. Unfortunately, the Haruspex eating the charge is going to be a little bit tougher. Maybe we just have to give the Haruspexes all of our energy, chat. Hope maybe they will make every single 5+ invulnerable save, and then they will eat themselves a great buffet of Grey Knight power armor boys. That's just where I have to put our hopes. Unfortunately, we are burnt on CPU for Tyranids, which then creates the additional problem that we don't have CP for the reroll wounds. Stratagem for the Haruspex, the reroll hits, excuse me, stratagem for the Haruspex, which means it's going to be a little tough for them.
Oh, it was a 1-0.
Stormlord is not gonna go down. I could try to deal with these and then deal with the other stuff at the end. Swarmlord moves 9. He can give himself onslaught. He could move twice. He could probably get there if he wanted to. Alright, let's move into the movement phase. Drago is fucked though. Explosion of the higher Tyrant is also 3?
Down to only 3 inches.
Only 3 inches. Okay, so Drago is just gonna fuck off, I think. I'm not gonna cast any powers with him, it's a shame. Or do I want to gate him? If I miss the gate, It's gonna be a problem. Or is it? No, I think I'm gonna stay in combat. Librarian will come 4.8, 5 points. So I'm just gonna try to get equidistant with both of them. 4.9 hopefully, and 4.9. 4.9, so I can choose.
More than that, Mom.
Sorry?
Just some work going on. Might have to pause the game for a bit.
Okay, I just moved this guy to be equidistant with both the Mauloc and the Hive Tyrant.
No problem.
And then these two guys, the Interceptors, Justicers. Yeah, I think the Strike Squads can take care of this guy. You have -1 to wound though, so it's wounding on 6s. I don't like that.
-1 damage.
And -1, yeah, -1 damage of course, but I was just saying, this might move 5. So he will move 4 and 1 each towards this 5. 11. I will wound everything on 6s here, so I need to take care of this guy on something different than this, probably. Strike Squads. Interceptors will try to screen somewhere here for the Swarmy. Something like this. These Interceptors. 6, but you're in the forest, so I do have -2 to charge. That's not gonna happen. So in that case, I think I will just screen somewhere here. Screen these guys. These guys will probably try to move back 6 inches somewhere here. These guys are alive. These guys can go here. These Strike Squads will move 6 towards there.
Yeah, the CP differential is definitely problematic, chat.
That
does tend to be sort of how Tyranids operate, especially Crusher Stampede Tyranids.
Okay, so
In order to get your use out of the monsters as quickly as you can before they go down, you do have to be burning CP very quickly. Although I do think that Indicus was a little liberal with CP, especially that turn 1. We talked about the use of that +1 damage stratagem. Actually, I think it was a little frivolous.
The Grandmaster Dread Knight will just move 9.
And potentially the Transhuman, even on the Hyrule.
That's the best he can do.
It did affect a lot of the Dread Knight attacks, but it kind of prolongs the Hyrule suffering, I think. Otherwise, we could have just seen him go down in the shooting phase. But essentially, it forced a lot of the Grey Knight units to charge, which did make the auto explode a little bit more effective. But that basically made it a 3 CP auto explode, which is a little bit too much. So I think we could have been probably 3 CP back up on Indicus side of the table, which would feel a lot better. A lot of these kind of risky plays we're going with would feel a little bit better.
The end of my movement phase. Passing into the Psychic phase. Let's start with the Librarian. I'm gonna put...
You will take a -1 to your casting.
I do know. For the Shadow in the Warp. I'm gonna spend...
So big question here is where these psychic powers go from the
Librarian. I'm gonna spend 1 CP with Caldo Drago.
The Moloch is not that hard to kill. The Hive Tyrant is, however.
With this guy.
Hive Tyrant with that 4+ bottom
No,
save.
I'm gonna spend 1 CP with the Grandmaster and Nemesis Dread Knight. So down to 4. I'm gonna cast his power on 3d6.
Yep.
I'm picking 2. I do get the -1 because I'm within 18, so let's see. Let's try to first Empiric Amplification. Let's see if it goes off. It does not go off, so this one is a miss. Sucks, that's what it is. Yeah. And I'm gonna try...
Always feels
I'm
like
gonna
that.
spend another CP. He's
Buffing
gonna
your cast in the Grey Knights.
He's gonna try to
Psychic powers always fails. Power.
This one does not go off either.
I don't know how that works. It's actually wild. Like almost every time you see Grey Knight players use the 3d6 cast power stratagem.
Okay, this one goes off on a 10. Would you like to deny?
So we are down at
9.
The 3 dice cast and a CP reroll.
It's 10 for you, yeah.
Where can you go? That can really bug me. I'm just, yeah, it doesn't matter. You get to choose, so... Nope, go ahead. Move your guy.
Okay, so this gun will just move here. Probably somewhere here within this 9 inches. Yeah.
So gating his
he will
Grandmaster
go here.
forward. Gives him the
There we go.
charge backwards if we want it.
Within 9 of this Hive Tyrant. And then next powers is going to be this Nemesis Red Knight. He will try to put +1 to wound onto your Hive Tyrant. Let's see if it goes off. I need 7, which is an 8 for you because of the -1. Let's go off on a 9. Would you like to deny?
That I need, and well, I just need to
You need
show
a 10.
A 10. Nope, goes on.
Okay, so this one goes off. This is like empiric amplification for the +1. Not amplification, empiric lodestone, which is this one. +1 to wound for ranged attacks. Oops, sorry. The next one is the interceptors over here. We'll try to purify that thing.
Not go.
That does not go off. Sucks, but this is what it is. The interceptors and the other objective over here, we'll try to purify that one, needing 6. This one goes off on an 8. Would you like to deny?
Nope, you can have it.
Okay, and then the interceptors on this in here, we'll try to purify that one. I do get -1 as well, so I'm needing a 6. Let's go off on an 8. Would you like to deny?
He just needs 8. Nope, he doesn't get
Okay,
to get
so
it.
it's only 2 points, so that's 2 points. Down up to 3. Alright, next stuff, we'll put Hammerhand onto this guy. Let's see if it goes off on a 6. That's miss. These guys will try to do the same onto this same unit. I need a 7 now. That's a miss because of the -1. So these 2 miss. And then the Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight will try to put a Smite onto your Hive Tyrant. Spirals of the Warp. I do get 1 mortal and I do shrug it. So all good here. And now Calder Drago will try to put Sanctuary. Needing it's a 6 normally, so it's a 7 because of the -1. I rolled an 8, so you would like to deny. It's your second deny, I think.
Oh, you can have it.
Okay, so Sanctuary goes up, and I will try to put it onto this Strike Squad, for example. And then the second power will be a Smite from Drago. It's my second Smite, so this will be a 6, which is a 7 for you. It just goes off on a 7.
And go ahead, you can have it.
So it's 1d3 for 3 mortals. Alright, and then I think I only have left my Librarian, so let's do him now. Let's try to put Purifying Flame onto the Hive Tyrant. Let's go off on a 9. Would you like to deny?
Why not? Nope.
So it's flat 4 mortals into the Hive Tyrant. And then the Vortex of Doom, needing a 7, which is an 8 for you. That's miss. So that's gonna go off. Okay, I hope that's enough. Let's go for some shooting. Let's put all the shots from this guy onto the Hemolock.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Do I want to spend CP here? I have 2 left. This is toughness 6, so I'm moving on 5s. I can get this thing. Yeah, I don't know why I put the +1 to wound here. It doesn't really matter. It didn't go off. That was a waste. Yeah, let's put everything into the Moloch. I'm not gonna spend any CP so far. So this would be 12 from the Silencer, 6 for the Psy Cannon.
Alright, Moloch.
Let's see.
You'll be fine.
3 is running ones. Okay. All hits, and then the blue ones will wound on 3s, the red ones will wound on 5s. So this will wound, and this will miss. You get -2 on the blue ones, and -1 on the red ones.
Don't think it matters.
I think it
okay.
matters, yeah.
The
The red one saves on 4s, the blue ones will save on 5s.
Okay, so let's do the blue, the reds, or the gatherers, right?
This is a silencer, so it's a 4 amp.
Yep,
To save
these are
this.
4.
So
You
it's
take
2 damage so far, and then the side cannons is on 5 amp.
Yep, 5 up. Okay,
So it's 2 more. It's 2 damage, but it's only a 1 for you, so it's a total of 4 only. Yeah.
Yep.
This Nemesis Red Knight will put everything into this Moloch, hitting on 4s. I think it's hitting on 5s because I cannot see, or can I see your whole... Yeah, I can see your whole thing. Okay, so it's hitting on 4s. So this is 14, 16, 18. Hitting on 4s because I'm on last profile. I'm not going to reroll anything here. I'm just going to go with it goes. And then wounding on 3s and wounding on 5s. So this misses, this misses, this misses. So only 2 saves. The red one on a 4-up. It's
Takes
1
one.
wound.
On a
And
5.
this one on a 5 takes 1 wound.
2. 1, 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Let's put this guy into the same fella. He's gonna be rerolling ones because of the Grandmaster. Same thing. This will be hitting on 3s, rerolling ones. Oops. Okay, quite bad. And then wounding on 3s and 5s. So I do only get this one's misses. So the blue one's on a 5-up, the red one's on a 4-up.
So 4-ups. He
Two
takes a
goes
2.
through.
These are 5s. He takes
Takes
another
out
2.
2. So it's down to 2. Okay. Storm bolters from these two guys into the same Moloch.
Ripped into the Moloch. Might lose it in the shooting phase here. Not even forced to charge. Hive Tyrant down to 5. So we probably see the Hive Tyrant get killed by the Dread Knight, I imagine.
So this is
We see
3s.
a turnaround from this Dread Knight into the Hive Tyrant.
Rerolls
I think
here.
that
No rerolls, so 2 misses,
that
and
engagement
then
from the
wounding
Hive
on
Tyrant
5s.
into the heart of Objective 5
no,
over
no
here
OP, so on your 3x.
with that Librarian standing there is probably a little bit too aggressive. I think we needed the we needed something to eat those mortal wounds because that Hive Tyrant is kind of falling back on that Biomorphic Carapace plus Invulnerable save to keep it alive. But that doesn't do anything against the Librarian, who's going to be able to plow for a billion mortal wounds. Doesn't look good for our intrepid Tyranid heroes who are in the front here. Now we do see Strike Squad moving backwards, which does give us a little bit of an out on the Tyranid side for these Haraspexes to potentially get into Objective 3 to maintain their stranglehold. Tyranids still doing a relatively good job keeping themselves live on secondaries.
So it's -1 for the red dice and -2 for the blue ones.
So 4-ups.
Absolutely, Chad.
So
Time to
it's
send in the
damage.
trees. Cast that tree
And then
singing.
Blue one for -2.
Get that forest
5-up.
surfing going on.
Yeah,
So
4
it's
not
2 damage, which is 1 for you, so it's 4 less.
That's
Storm
some,
bolters from these guys into the same.
that's some good old
targets.
7th edition Warhammer
Oops,
Fantasy
oops,
humor
not
for
this
you.
guy.
Really timely on
So
that.
this is 4 guys, which is 16 shots. Hitting on 3s, no rerolls. And then wounding on 6s. No, he's gone. This guy's cannot shoot anything. This guy's cannot shoot anything. Yeah, let's just go for charges. Start these interceptors into the Moloch. They do get a 4. Good thing they are close. The Librarian will charge at the Moloch as well. A 5. Okay, that's enough. This Nemesis Red Knight will charge at your Hive Tyrant for 7.
Don't include melee or just shooting.
The +1 to wound does not include melee.
Yeah.
It was my mistake. I did not gate this guy. I wanted to gate the Dragon. I forgot about it. It's alright. And Strike Squad will charge as well at the Hive Tyrant. That's a 4. Sorry, I meant this one. I think it's probably the same charge for both of them. And then this Nemesis Red Knight will try to charge.
We talked a little bit about the CP discrepancy. I think one thing I'm realizing here is
Nice.
the big downside of this like only 2 HQ Tyranid list is that we don't have access to an adaptive Neurolobe for CP regen, which definitely could have netted, should have probably netted 2 CP so far
And the Strike Squad
over the course of this game for the Tyranid player, but
for 7. Or do I?
obviously it's not to be because we don't have any relic slots for it.
No, I think, sorry, I think I'll reject it because this guy could come over here, you can give him OPSEC, and then you can just take this one. But you probably can come over here anyways. No, I think I'll stay put. That's alright. I think that's the end of the charges. You don't have any CP to interrupt, right?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay, so let's start with the Grandmaster, Nemesis Dread Knight, everything into the Hive Tyrant. Let's see if we are lucky. This is 6 attacks, hitting on 3s because of the hammer. So I missed 2. And then wounding on toughness is 7. You have -1 to wound, so I'm wounding you on force. Yeah, 12, strength 12. Yeah, force. Okay, so it's 3 wounds at your bones.
Up. Okay, damage.
So it's d3 plus 3, so it will be 4, which is 3 for you. Then the strike squad next to him will activate.
The
as
two
well.
the last is on the
Everything into this guy.
the 2 Hyrule and the Swarm Lord. So we're down to 10 on 2 the last.
So it's 16.
But if we lose either one of those, we'll lose another 5 points.
Plus 5. This will be on 3s, rolling 1s because of Drago.
And 6s to wound.
And I need 6s to wound. I just need a couple 6s here. Only 2 6s, that's all I need. Come on. Okay, more than enough. 3 mortals.
Okay, does he explode?
Does he explode?
Freak out, Hive Tyrant.
Explode.
Oh, he does!
No way. Okay,
Oh,
fair
man!
enough. Okay, so who you start with?
So I'm going to start with Drago because he survived. He takes 3
3
mortals.
mortals. I think you will take him down with
Incredible.
you. That's 5 ups.
Three
gone.
mortal wounds.
There you go.
This Hive Tyrant, he
Next
went
up,
for Drago, and he's
I
going to
will
take him down.
This
He's
Nemesis Dread Knight.
a murderous light in that Hive Tyrant's eyes. He was ready to get it.
3 mortals.
That's so good.
5 ups.
Oh my god.
Take them
It's
all.
down to 10.
This explosion's been brutal. 6 mortal
that
wounds
strike
so far.
squad. I mean, the
That's right.
The strike squad over here.
they will take 2.
2 more. I saved 1. Did I have
what
one
do I
guy
have?
with a wound
I
here?
don't
No.
think they're close enough. Oh,
No.
are they close enough?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Okay,
alright.
so that squad.
Oh no. The wounded model's in the center of the
3
squad as well.
mortals. Nice rolling. You're doing more damage with explosions than with anything else. 1 more
Well, not
wound.
really. You're
This one is
struggling.
enough.
Uh-oh.
Not really.
And
You
I
can't shot
think
them.
I'm in trouble
So-
here.
Did it pull out of
No, I'm in
coherency?
trouble
It does.
because they are more than 2.4, so I will have to get rid of this guy.
Okay.
Correct.
And your last
That
but
actually
not
just
least, your
removed
Dread Knight.
Obsec from Objective 4, which is a big deal.
Wait, one moment. Not 3
Potentially.
dice. 1.
1 mortal.
Cheese rugs.
Which
Yeah,
dice
cheese rugs.
strikes.
Anyway, good job, Tyrant. You did your job.
Yeah, your explosions are hurting me more than anything, man.
That was
Uh,
brutal.
Okay, Librarian.
That is 2 for bringing it down.
Yeah, I will put it at the end of the round. We'll start with the Librarian on 3s. And strength 7, so wounding on 3s. I do get 1 wound. -1, maybe.
-1, so 4 up. He
It's 1
takes it, so
damage.
1 damage.
And then the halberds guys, it's 2 normal guys, so it's like 6 attacks, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. And wounding on 4s. Come on, I need 1 6 here. I don't get any 6s, but I get 3 wounds on -2.
2, so these are 5 ups. Can he be a hero? He can't. Okay, but does he
See if
explode?
you explode.
Ah, so
Oof,
close.
almost.
Okay.
Alright, I think that's it, the end of the turn.
That second explosion would
I
be
do
great.
get. I
Well,
did kill 2 monsters, right?
we do get rid of Caldor Drago with the Hive Tyrant finally. And we do have an open avenue. The Haruspecs took a little bit of fire, but didn't die, which is good. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Oh, those guys.
I do have 1 morale, this one has to die.
So we probably see the Haruspecs push for the center, although unfortunately for Tyranids, there's not really much threatening to the Dread Knights anymore. We do still have a Sigil of Exigence active on the souped up, the Sword Grandmaster.
Okay, so first one to hit is going to go on to the Horror Specs again.
Sounds good.
Hopefully this time you'll make his bloody charge. And next, the first one to hit will go on to those Horror Specs. And plus 1 to hit will go on to these. Yeah, plus 1 to go on these guys.
Sounds good.
Let's go on to movement. Horror Specs is going to move his butt and this time make his charge.
Wonder if we could thread a needle and get
This
a
Horror Specs-
Venom Cannon shot in this
You
guy.
can't
Trigger.
shunt again, can you? Or can you?
Although he still
I
has
can
his,
shunt with the
his
other guy, the one that
sigil
didn't do it.
active.
The one is on 2 wounds.
So that would be
Oh, the one
unfortunate.
that's on
Maybe
2
don't do
wounds.
that.
Yeah, because this one has already done it, so he cannot chant. This one has not done it yet, so he could chant, and then all the interceptors, of course.
If you want to shunt, I will more than happily let you shunt him. Okay, so then... yeah, I'm going to just move... Are you far enough? You're close enough to the 9, so Swarmy is this time going to just move away from you, so... Doesn't happen, so he's just going to move... You know, he's not going to move all the way there, he's just going to move all the way up. Exactly 4.1 inches away. That Haruspex is going to advance
Sounds good.
for 13, or 12 actually. 12. And then...
Yeah, so in advance on the Haruspex, we're all in plan advance and charge the Haruspex. We really need the Onslaught to go up in this Haruspex's turn. Unlike we saw last turn.
I think I'll just pull them back.
They're just so slow, unfortunately. They're
Okay.
Yeah,
just plodding around the table slowly but
fall
surely.
back because I need him to survive.
I think I would have maybe liked to see some more aggressive play out of the Haruspexes. I think that would have really helped us a lot. If they were in more reasonable charge range earlier, that may have sort of changed the tenor of the game. But so far, the Haruspexes are just kind of sitting here chewing on some interceptors in the middle.
2, so this is 8. Bio cannon. What's the range of this guy? 36. He's out of range. That's right. And then these guys will just pop their butts over here, as far back as possible to prevent deep strikes. Okay, psychic phase. This one goes better.
Yeah, that's how Battlescribe
Swarmy
lists
is
out
going to
warriors.
give catalyst to the
Because you like build them
Sounds
individually,
good.
so they all
He gets it with
get
a
listed
7.
one at a
Can't do that
time.
with these guys, I think.
It's not great.
I think these are the only ones, right? Yeah, these
Yep.
are 24.1. So you have Onslaught as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I prefer to deny the Catalyst. It's a 7, so I need a 7.
Yeah, okay.
I don't deny it. You get it.
So that you only deny. Catalyst. Oh, come on. No, I need my CP. Okay, so he doesn't get Catalyst. I mean, he doesn't get Onslaught, so that's fine. And then... Damn you, Swarmy. We could have done something else. That shooting. He's just going to tell the Haruspex to advance.
Sounds good.
Go 10. You cannot charge.
Which one is the one that has Catalyst?
This one.
This one. Okay.
Let me get my token. Yep. Here we go.
Sounds good.
Okay, shooting. He's going to shoot his tongue out. It's on a 3. It does not. And Mr. Hyrule is going to spurt over the interceptors.
Sounds good.
So 3d6. That is 9.
Holding on 3s.
Okay, on
this-
your 5 up, it's -2.
5 ups, -2. I will make 2, so 5 go through. That's 2.5 guys. Which is exactly these 3. There we go.
No, he's gonna have to live for now. I believe that's all my shooting. Oh, this little guy is going to shoot into these strikes, into the strike squad.
Into the strike squad. Sounds good.
Go and shoot your Grandmaster. No, this is a Nemesis Dread Knight. Yeah, he's gonna shoot into that Dread Knight. Wait, can he shoot?
Into the Dread Knight in the back. Sounds good.
Not too far. Okay, so D3 shots
Mm-hmm.
or 2. It's on 3s. And he does not. Okay, so nope, he needs a D, and then that needs that. Okay, on to charges. Big Mouth is going to charge into him.
Sounds good.
All right, Haruspexes. Your first opportunity
Sorry.
to kill something, and it's a single.
8, so
It's a single Grey Knight.
up onto the thing.
Go get him, buddy.
Just keep him. Yeah, that's fine. So then he can pile in. Yep, that's all my charges. No impact hits. Fight phase. Activate.
Good.
He's gonna move his 3. Be a bit more annoying. He's going to put his litter attacks, everything into him.
Mhm.
So this is 4d3 attacks.
Boca 38, how does Thousand Suns perform?
That's 6.
Relatively well.
18 on 3s.
I don't know if we have, there's too
18
many.
on 3s.
Oh, actually, yeah, they just won the November GT, actually. So,
Okay, all
very
this
well,
at
I would
minus
say.
1.
-1 for Abs, and he's gone.
He's dead.
Nom nom
and
nom.
then he gets
We
me
did
back.
it.
Nice.
We killed something with a horror spec that
Just
heals.
firing this
Amazing.
just for
We've
fun
done
of
it. The achievement unlocked,
Okay,
chat.
that is the end of my turn. I get 3 for Strangle,
Yeah, you do.
3 for Priority, and it is your turn, sir.
My turn. Okay, let's see what we can do to take this back.
Yeah, I know.
No chapter master rerolls, so let's go to movement.
Valdor, our resident records
Swap
keeper,
this out.
would know more about sort of particular win and loss rates
It will not come
for each
back,
individual
so let's
faction.
do
But I
some-
know Thousand Suns don't tend to see
I
a
think
ton
we
of
just
play
move 9.
in great numbers, but I know they do relatively well. And obviously, we just had a big
You're
event
higher than-
won by Thousand Suns last week, which was great.
I am not sure. Let's see. This strike squad. We'll move 6. Oops. 6 towards here.
You get 10. We'll
For primary? Yeah, I do get them.
get 10. Okay.
Actually, these guys will probably have to move to the side, otherwise I'm gonna block myself. Yeah, then we'll just move to the side. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Do you have any redeploys so far? Can you teleport something on the board right now?
I cannot.
Like a mob? You cannot, okay. So this guy will move 6.5.
Yeah, Tyranids not about actually teleporting. It's mostly moving fast
2.5.
enough to look like teleporting, but it's not literal teleporting.
Okay, this guy will move 9.
So it looks like game plan is probably going to be to focus fire gunshots into the side tower duel, try to start whittling that guy down so we can
Yeah.
remove
The
that second to
librarian
the
will
last
advance.
and then charge into
Come on,
the
man.
horror specs to get rid of it.
3. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, shit. So this is.
But we do have 1 CP on the Tyranid side of the table, so if we
3.
don't see any spends this turn, we do have potential CP for the full Wombo combo. I guess it's not the full Wombo combo, it's most of the Wombo combo. The full Wombo combo, I think, is where you relentless flurry the horror specs into full rerolls, hit and wound. And you try to generate additional attacks to generate additional hits off of, which is sort of where heart specs get crazy. But the problem with the unit is that it costs 3 CP for the entire thing. We are, I think we are potentially in range of the +1 to hit from the Tyranid Warriors here. So we don't necessarily need full rerolls, but it certainly helps if you're trying to fish for extra hits.
What do I want?
But we'll be at 2 CP, so we could probably reroll hit and wound or just reroll
What
hits
do
into
I
exploding,
want him to
which
be?
is fine.
9. 9. 9. Where do you want me? Where do you want to be? These ones are on the forest, so it's gonna make charges much harder. Are you in the forest with all of them? Yeah. I just take it easy, I guess. I'm just gonna go. I think I'm just gonna stay here. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here. That's alright. No, I'm out of range of this guy. So, how can I do this? No, just come here. I do want to see all of them. Can I see these higher specs? Yeah. Can I see this guy? Yeah.
It's okay, chat.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm good here.
This horror specs is
Okay,
about to
down
make
to 1 CP.
an
That's the
unreasonable
end of
number of
movement
5+
phase,
vulnerable
it's going
saves and take
psychics,
this entire Grey Knight's army. That's what's going to happen. That's why we're not worried about the
Good.
Tyranids holding the
Oh,
lead.
sorry, the time is running on your side. Can you change that? Ooh, sorry.
That's fine.
There we go. Let's put some psychics. This librarian will try to put everything. Yeah, I'm gonna spend. Do I spend 1 CP for extra range? Or do I not? I mean, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, let's do it. Or not. It's only 1 CP. Let's put Smite. I'm not spending anything. Let's put Smite from the librarian into your.
They are also giving Shadow of the
-1, yeah, -1 to hit. The closest one will be the higher specs. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
extra
smite this
range
guy.
is another strat where
It's a 6, so it goes off.
You know,
Would you like to deny? Actually, in range.
as soon as you go to
It's
spend it,
1
you're
to 3
immediately gonna
bonus.
fail a power.
Can't deny. Go ahead.
So it's 1 mortal to the higher.
There's 4 Grey Knights players.
Then the guys in the back, the interceptors.
Put upon Grey Knights players
are
with
not
all their
within your
stratagems
Shadow Warp, right? So
that just defeat their powers to fail.
Let's see if it goes off. I do get it on a 9. And the other interceptors, the strike squad here, will try to do the same over there. I do not purify this one. That sucks.
This map is quite hard to purify on.
Yeah, and then this Red Knight will try to purify as well here. I do purify on a 7. Would you like to deny?
Just give me just 30 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. What did you cast?
I did cast Purifying Ritual with this Nemesis Red Knight onto the objective that I failed before. You're in range to deny. I rolled an 8, which is a 7 for you.
You can have it.
I can have it, so it's 2 points only. I'm just gonna add them now. And then these interceptors will we'll just cast Smite. The second one, so I need 6, which is an 8. That's go off. Would you like to deny?
He can't. He has Empiric Lodestone, which can only target him. Can't get to him. Yeah, sure, you can have it.
Okay, so it's 1d3 for the hard specs.
When you rotate models, does it count as moving? It does, yep.
Then this Grandmaster Nemesis Red Knight, he will try to cast the +1 damage.
Your distance moved is counted by the portion of your model or base, whichever is used for measurement, that moves the farthest. So if you were to spin a model, for example, you would measure your total distance moved as, you know, from the point of your base at the back, for instance. And then if you were to turn it around, then it would have moved to your front. So you would be counting the distance that you rotated in the amount that you measure for your movement. It is a little bit awkward for like round bases because technically they do still pay movement to rotate. So if you want to rotate your model around to get like better line of sight or something, then you do have to pay movement for that. Although that one's it's very hard to measure. A lot of people just kind of fudge that. But technically, you do have to keep track of the distance you rotate.
I'm just gonna regret this so much. I'm not gonna cast it. Fuck it. We're just gonna stay like this. Let's go to shooting phase. So all these Grandmaster shots will go into the Herodul. Let's see if we can start to get him a bit down.
So starting to whittle down our poor remaining Hyrule.
Will you transhuman?
Cuts. I can't. If my connection just cuts, just wait for me. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Let's pause the time.
No, it's not now. If I just suddenly disappear.
Ah, okay. Sorry. I didn't get that. Oop, there we go. So everything from this Grandmaster into your Hyrule, okay? So hitting on 2s, normal rolls, and then moving on 5s and 4s. So this misses, and these 2 will miss as well. So it's only this at your. This is -2, so you get your 5 ups, and this is -1.
The 4. Take 2.
Yeah,
Take
I actually have
and
a
then
I have a
just
diagram for this actually that I keep.
So 3 damage so far.
Just
3 damage so far. This guy in the back will do the same thing to the same guy.
Just for this situation.
think it's all of these. No, I got one extra.
There it is.
I'm just gonna get rid of these. Okay.
Just
so
to answer
this
everyone's
will be
questions.
three rolling ones because
Here's
of the
my diagram,
Grandmaster.
chat.
2 misses so far, and then moving
Hopefully
on
that
4s and 5s.
explains everyone's.
So only 6 wounds.
Everyone's
-1 for the
questions.
red dice, -2 for the blue ones. So this will be 3 damage.
And this is a 5.
You save it, so it's only 3. Okay. This is Red Knight Master, everything into the Hyrule as well. He will be hitting on 4s.
Hyrule down
because
6
of
wounds
the
so
last
far to
profile,
the Dread
no
Knight shooting.
rerolls. All of these misses, and then 4s and 5s. So only 3 wounds, -1 and -2.
4 ups.
1 more 1.
5
Morty
ups.
does look cool upside down,
You
chat.
just take 1.
So you just
I imagine Morty sleeps like a
Nice.
bat. He hangs from the ceiling.
So these other Dread Knights,
Nobody questions it because they know he's
I will
going to
try
hit
to
him
put
for
everything
D3
into
plus
the
3
same
damage if
guy,
they,
just for
if
the
they
sake
get
of
too
it.
feisty.
Oh, sorry. This one was here. Yeah, everything into the same guy. 3s in order rolls.
Yeah, it's because your
And
total
then moving
distance
on 4s and
moved is
5s.
counted from the part of your base that
Fives
moved the
here.
longest. So
Yeah,
if you rotate your
6,
base like
9.
from the back to the front while you're moving, then your the back of your base will have moved the farthest, which will decrease the total distance that your base can move.
That's enough. Bracket him, I guess. Okay, it's Stone Bolters. Let's just try to scratch your guys. Just gonna roll everything in the same time because, yeah, doesn't really matter. I'm not even gonna reroll. So it's 20 shots here. This is 16, and this will be 12. So this is 30. 48. 48 Stormbolter shots.
Yeah, just wait till
3 snow rerolls.
you meet somebody that enforces like model clipping and stuff, and then
Okay, 3 wounds.
that's where that whole situation gets really kind of hairy.
You good?
But generally, the only thing it matters for is line of
Alright,
sight.
start some charging.
So it's only when you're like
Master,
trying to
charging your
finagle a
here.
particular line of sight that the rotational distance matters. 99% of the time, it makes literally no difference. But it's just when you're trying to like peek your gun out or something to get additional, a different angle.
Here, and I'm gonna move
In which case, it does make sense if you wanna
here.
be
The guy in
you
the
know
right will try to charge me in a 5.
pushing line of sight as much as possible. Then you should have to pay movement for it.
So we'll just get here.
Did they change so Tau vehicles can't cheese movement with free rotations? No, nothing can rotate for free. That's what the discussion is. Every single rotation counts movement
What that mean?
on any model, regardless of whether it hull measures or base measures or round base or oval base or anything.
And then
You always have to
Indicus
pay
will
for
charge as
rotational
well this
movement.
guy. For
Except
9.
for, I guess I should preface it, except for airborne aircraft. If you have the airborne rule and you are using your supersonic movement to move in straight lines, you do not count rotational distance in that.
Then this red knight will charge.
That one specifically says you don't, but that's the only instance.
7. All right. Let's bukake the shit out of this thing. So Grandmaster into this guy, hitting on 3s because of the hammer. Two misses and strength 12 wounding on 3s. Only one goes through. You got your 5 up in bone. You save it. Nice. The Red Knights, I'm just gonna do them at the same time because you don't have any interrupts, right?
Yep.
So I'm just gonna do 10 attacks, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s, big weapon profile. So I do miss with 2, and then toughness 8, strength 10, so wounding on 3s. God damn it. Okay, so only 3 go through. 5 ups. Nice. So this is 2 damage only. He will survive.
He takes 2 damage. Who did that? Just decide who did it, because you can.
This
it does
guy
like-
over here.
Yeah, 2 damage, 6s. You take mortal wounds. You take
Oh.
mortal wound.
Oh,
Okay, so I did you
The
2 damage
acid
with 3
blood.
red knights, right? That's
Yeah.
right.
coming into play.
Yeah.
Get
Down to
wrecked.
6 or was it in 10? Was it in 10?
He's down to 6.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Down to 6. All right, big swing. Interceptors will try to. Yeah, we'll try to hit the same guy. Why not? Let's see if we can get him a bit more down. So it's 3.
What?
No, I think I'm gonna stay like this.
Well,
I'm gonna
chat,
stay like that.
plan.
This one will
Hope this
hit,
Haruspex
and this one will try to.
tanks
hit
this
down.
entire Grey Knights army is currently a go.
So it's 2 guys. I don't think there's a Just Sticker there, is it? Oh yeah, there's a Just
Turns
Sticker,
out that
so
was a
that's-
perfect plan. What could be easier?
Yep.
Haruspex currently
Please.
controlling this
And
objective
then
until
fives.
Title Convergence has something to say about
Okay,
that.
one wound.
Although,
Minus
oh
3.
no,
Minus 3,
only
sorry.
one wound from the Interceptor Squad?
My
Uh-oh.
savings. Nothing I can do against that. That's the end of the
Yikes.
turn. That's a big swing because they got 15 primary over here.
Yeah,
And
that's-
then you're gonna
okay,
with like
that-
3 Tyranids.
I think that is what Tyranids needed to get back into the game. You just need to put the Haruspex in the middle of the table, hope it doesn't die. Oh my god. And it worked!
Yeah.
Just roll 5 pluses. Endless 5 pluses.
Any models with his tongue?
He
I mean,
saves,
his
right?
fork. He gets heals and he gets to make attack with his big weapon.
Sounds good.
So any big weapon is gonna go into this Dread Knight.
This Tyranids over here. Sounds good.
This is also the
Because
perfect
I have to
situation
declare
for a
it also
Haruspex.
quite well. So
The,
for the 3 attacks,
Because you can
1,
potentially
2,
try to
4,
kill the Interceptors and then use that to
7.
attack with
3
the
plus 2
D6
plus 2.
damage weapon
Yeah.
of the Dread Knights.
in special here, he's hit on, I think he's bracketed, so it will be
Force, right?
4s back down to 3s, so
Not down to
doesn't-
3s.
doesn't seem right.
Do you get the +1 with this guy or is the Catalyst?
I gave it +1 because he was over here, but is it 4? Sure, there must be more than that. Or does he go down? No, it's always 4. Never mind.
So the Catalyst
Um,
is on this one.
Yeah,
And the
Cat's on this
+1 to
but
hit
+1
is on
is
this
on
one.
that one.
Yeah, I
And
see.
there's
Okay.
another +1 to hit somewhere around here. Okay, so these hit on 3s, no rerolls. Okay. These will wound on 3s. Okay, so on your 4-up,
Oh!
To go
make
through.
D3 damage. So first one kills one,
We're doing it,
second
chat.
one
We're
kills
doing it.
2.
2 Interceptors down.
So to go down.
Then he gets to make 2 attacks.
Let's make some big bite
So
attacks.
first he heals up 2,
Mhm.
and then he gets to make 2 attacks into your Dread Knight, hitting on 3s, and wounding on. What's your toughness?
That's down to 6.
Okay, so he wounds on 2s. Okay, 2 on your invuln.
2 on my inbound. I do make 1. Roll damage.
D6 damage.
For 4. This one was going to here, so down to 6.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, that was quite the swing there, not gonna lie.
You did more wounds to me than I did to you. Incredible. Nice.
Toughness 8 does help a lot.
The Haruspex
Uh,
will only heal for 1, right?
What do you mean?
Because it just heals 1 when
It
it
killed
kills something.
it killed 2 units.
2 models he kills. I'm not sure if he kills in like.
Yeah, but it checks at the end of the fight phase. If you kill anything, you gain 1 wound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
In addition, at the end of the fight phase in which has the animals, it regains 1 wound. Okay.
It's not 1 for each. It's
okay.
1 period.
Okay, so he just
So
gets
he's
one.
down to 7.
7. Hey, okay.
He's still
So it's-
not
Oh,
bracketed,
that's.
so that's enough.
I'm thinking about. Okay. Well, okay, that's.
Yeah, it's
what.
different than,
You can just toss it
adaptive
over. Oh, did
physiology.
me. So just swap it over, please. I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
think you got more out with these guys. Nope, that guy's.
I do not get morale. I did get 3 for priority target. I
Well,
don't get any for bringing it down.
I can't believe that just happened, chat. Haruspex tanked 3 Nemesis Dread Knights. And then plowed for 2 dead Interceptors and half a Nemesis Dread Knight in damage. Easy game. 40k is such an easy game. We also have 2 CP on the table to rebuff this dude as he comes through and starts murdering stuff. All right, well, Tyranids, I think back in the game potentially. Maybe not in the driver's seat. There's still a lot of Dread Knight to chew through, but they certainly have a chance now to hold objective 3 and wrest it away for as long as possible.
That's what we're going to then because that's that. So let's get on to movement. He is going to reverse his butt and get in that corner.
So how much movement is that?
12, so I might have to move him this way because he can't fit in there.
He's 9 now, right? Yeah.
I just need to see. I don't think he can fit. Or can I hang over with his tail?
I'm not sure about that. I think aircrafts don't. I'm not sure about other models.
No, you can't.
okay.
Yeah, you can't extend over the edge with any part.
I
Okay,
think.
never mind. Okay, I just do need to pause here. I just got some electricity work to do. Can you just pause it right here for a minute and I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
No worries.
Sorry for the interruption. Be right back.
How about that higher specs though?
Oh my god. Not even talking about it. Crazy, crazy. Only one wound to this guy with like all of this stuff.
Yeah. Just eat three
just-
three Nemesis Dread Knights worth of attacks. It's fine.
Yeah, I did like I missed like 7 wounds or something like that.
Yeah.
What a hero!
What
a hero!
what an
It might be the
absolute
game for him because of this.
I mean, I think that kind of had to be the plan. Was just like put a harder specs in the middle and hope it just tanks the entire Grey Knights army, and that way.
That might be
plan seems
that
to
might be
going
the
okay.
game thanks to this. This guy probably gives him the game. So yeah, well for him. I mean, that happens. It's a dice game, right? So
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah, and Chance saying we need town railguns to stop the
Oh, yeah.
absolute domination of the horror specs. Horror specs is too good.
I mean, even the railgun won't see it on 3s. So
Yeah, I know. Maybe 4s if you transhuman it. Oh no, they can be -1 to hit as well. Hits on
Yeah.
4s, wounds on 4s. Into
Oh, yeah. I mean-
Catalyst. They also have 13 damage, so they don't get one shot by railguns. It's the perfect railgun counter. What?
exactly.
Not even railguns can stop the horror specs stampede. Too
Shame
strong.
you can only play 3.
It's too bad. Well, it's good for the game though, because otherwise the game would be broken. Every list would just be 1 Swarmlord and like 11 horror
13
specs.
horror specs. It's a good unit. I feel like these higher specs did take more than the Hierodule, and he tanked it like a boss. The other Hierodule had like 4 apps, 5 up feel no pain,
Yeah.
toughness 8 as well, and he did like fall much easier, I feel, than this one. I mean, I didn't shoot at this one. Probably that was my mistake because I thought I had this in combat, but blimey.
Yeah, because he was like halfway dead already, right? Because
Yeah.
so, I mean, it's a pretty fair assumption that 3 Nemesis Dread Knights are gonna kill the 6 wound horror specs.
I mean, I have a hammer over here. This guy hits like a
Yeah.
truck, and the other 2 are more swingy, but it's 2 of them, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, the side Tyradule's he's looking a little peaky. That might get awkward.
Yeah, if he wants to hide with it, I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
the important thing about it is that I bracketed him down to 9 movement, so
Yeah.
he has a bit tougher job on that. But
it's true.
I'm not sure what's gonna he do with the Stormlord because it's part of his to the last. He wants to come out and play and get my Dread Knights. He could do that, but then maybe I be able to take him down on shooting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He has some choices to do as well. It's not over yet, but yeah, that was a big swing on his favor.
It sure was. Yeah, definitely. He's gonna get weapon skill 2, 4+ invul and save, pure strain gene stealers. Well, I think it's pure strain gene stealers have been terrible for so long. Maybe a little something. They're elite's choice, chat. They don't even have OBSEC. And they don't have double moves. Maybe when Gene Stealer cults get as cool as regular Gene Stealers, then we can think about giving regular Tyranids the cool pure strains, but yeah, not core, not troops, no Swarmlord. Get out of here. Seems bad. What are you gonna do? Like run those guys out of a piece of terrain and immediately get eviscerated by a Volkite Contemptor? Shake hands with your opponent. GG.
I mean, the Volkites probably have the days counted.
Yeah, we'll see what they're. We'll see if Volkite Contemptors survive the next couple weeks.
I don't
that is
think
a big
so.
question.
I'm also saying goodbye to this list as well. This is like the last hurrah of the Dread Knights.
Yeah, maybe.
The last march of the trees.
I mean,
The
it
ants.
is. There is like a. It is an open question, right? Because like the timing could be a little awkward to see.
Yeah, but even though if
Grey
it's
Knight's
not in the
nerfs.
chapter, if it's not in the chapter because of rules that were written before the codex came in or something like that,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen in the data slate anyways. And data slate is due to come in February because the last one was November and they promised 3 months delivery, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna survive the winter.
I think you're not wrong. I think it will not be long for this world. I hope that. I mean, I think a couple of points could change for sure, but I hope we see like. I don't know, more mechanical changes than just points. And also, maybe we give Terminator some love.
Yeah, I have like
Please.
40 Terminators sitting in the shelf that
Yeah.
haven't seen the day of light since the 9th edition came out, and they are just staring at me like, "What the fuck is happening, man? Are you gonna play us or not?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Nope."
I've got 25 right on. I'm looking at them right now. These poor little guys, just chilling, doing nothing.
Just getting some dust. On
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Sad
Yeah,
times.
I'm not a cool kid. I didn't buy any Nemesis Dread Knights, so new Chaotix. I wasn't prepared.
I did fall for that. I did buy 2. I had 3, so I had to buy 2. But still, it's a cool model. I like it. It's like a baby carrier on a suit. So.
Do you have any cool like conversions on yours, or are they just like stock dudes?
No, I mean, I did one with the conversion for the side cannon just because I didn't have the beat. So
sure.
I kind of like mashed together 2 plasma cannons with like some heavy bolters chains and
Good
like
enough.
I put something on top and I did this is a side cannon now.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
No one will ask any questions anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you mostly Grey Knights, or do you have
No. My primary army is Tau since the beginning of 7th edition.
Well, there you go. That's a good backup.
Yeah, I guess that's why I'm not so concerned because I want to think that Tau Codex is gonna come out nicely. I don't want it to be broken whatsoever. I just want it to be like, I don't know, at the level of Sisters of Battle, I would be happy about it, that I can compete with it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be broken. Of course, the railgun stuff that happened like 2 weeks ago made me think otherwise. But I do have 2 hammerheads sitting on the shelf, so you have to take them out. I don't mind to take them out as well. But it's only one shot at the end of the day. I don't think it's such a big deal.
Yeah, and it's like I think the bigger question is like if it's effective, like it certainly won't be effective all the time, right? But the problem is that, like if you're a Knights player and there's a potential you hit 4 hammerheads, like
yeah,
do you even show up with Knights? And that just kind of sucks. And I think that's the biggest like impact. That's what people are actually excited about, not actually being shot by hammerheads. It's like it's just thinking about being shot by hammerheads.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff that already ignores inbound saves. Like today, I was watching the new Incarn. It's going to ignore inbound saves. Of course, it's in melee.
Yeah.
It's a different story, but at the same time, this mechanic is introduced into the game because there's so much saving potential in the game right now that you need like some anti-tank stuff, and in order to do it, you just need to get rid of it. It's sad, but it's what it is. I mean, I think I already talked with you, but railguns, I remember when I started playing Tau, they had the potential to one-shoot tanks by then. And I think they're just putting them back in when they belong, because 8th edition was a shit thing. Railgun 1 shot, D6 damage, what the fuck is that? For 180 shooting platform.
But you on a 6 to wound, you could deal D3 mortals.
Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot about those.
I hadn't even looked at the railgun profile in so long for the 8th edition railgun profile, and so when I did the video on it, I just had a good chuckle to myself that like some game designer at some point thought that this was an appropriate profile for like a 150 point tank.
I mean, at the same time, they redesigned the whole game, right? So many of these big laser melta things were 1d6 very swingy stuff, and they just through practice discovered that it's not a reliable source of damage, so they had to change it somehow. And just states the change of the game from 8th edition, the creep of the game, till 9th edition, that every damage has gone up so much.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like
D3 plus,
you know,
is the first time I've seen something like
that. Like that hammerhead railgun still was released in a universe where like Cognis las cannons existed, And not even
True.
new Cognis las cannons, like old Cognis las cannons that were like 60 points and were two
True.
las cannons stapled together. And they were like, this
True.
one shot gun is fine. it's fine. It deals the same amount of damage. On a 6-2 wound, you could deal D3 mortals, so it's okay.
I mean, yeah, the best output would be roll a 6 for damage, roll a 6 for D3
Yeah.
damage, and then you get
Do
9 damage.
We could
okay.
almost maybe kill one thing. Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Unless it's this high respects, which is not gonna die.
You're right. It would certainly not kill the Haruspecs. It would, in fact, the Haruspecs would reflect damage back onto...
Reflect the damage back onto
it's like,
the dragon.
like that old Lich Guard stratagem, right? Where you shoot them and they deal mortal wounds back.
Yeah. True. So yeah, and that's why I'm not so concerned. My other army is also Custodes. I also play Custodes, so
Oh,
I have
wow.
2
It's like
codex
Christmas.
coming in 1 month. Yeah, it's
Damn.
crazy. I mean, I would rather have preferred them to come one by one, you know,
Right,
every 6
yeah.
months.
Well,
So,
now you just have a
Tau
lot
comes out.
you have a lot of backups in case your new list
it's gonna be
also, so there you go.
it's gonna be a big month for
Yeah.
me, I guess.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I hoped I had the Custodes before Christmas, but they had to delay that, so
Yeah.
just a bit more patient, and I will see.
It's okay. We got Dread Knights. It's
Yeah, we do
it's
so far.
a nice. It's. I'm dreaming of a gray and silver Christmas. I think.
I wish with the chapter proof. I mean, I know I'm gonna be playing probably Tau onwards for a while, but I would like the Terminators to get viable.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they deserve like a point decrease because they are psychers on top of what they do normally. But if you compare them with like Dark Angel Terminators, for example, it feels bad to have my Terminators
Yeah, and
instead of those.
and to be fair, Dark Angel's Terminator's not even that good either.
Not even that good either, right? But still
Yeah.
they see some play, right? I guess Dark Angels don't have Dread Knights, that's why, but
Yeah, they have Talon Masters though.
they have
and
Talon
the
Masters,
Deathwing
though.
keyword, so you know,
Yeah.
it's probably fine. Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely like you can't make the Grey Knight Terminators too cheap, right? But they're also like 42 points right now.
42, yeah.
They're kind of silly expensive currently.
Which is sad. I mean, if the Interceptors do go to 33 points, which I'm not so sure about, I'm gonna take a bit of salt because that week was a bit.
Especially
odd.
since, I mean, it's already kind of been discounted, right? Because the Custodes points values are theoretically leaked, and Relic Contemptors did not go up to, or
They
the
did not.
Venerable Contemptor, excuse me, did not go up to 180. So
Yeah.
theoretically, that is has been disproven, but it
Unless
did look
Games
very
Workshop
Photoshop.
did the silly thing of thinking that they were going to release the Adeptus Custodes
Yeah.
Codex in December
Yeah,
and plan a points update for them in the next month chapter approve, which everything is possible in this world with these guys. So
It's true. It's the Occam's razor of Games Workshop is like, you know, always be prepared for incompetence to
yeah,
overwhelm any expectations that you have.
I think they need to go digital, like in this world that we're living right now, because they just release papers and the next month they are not valid anymore, and it feels bad to have like a 40 or 30 euros or whatever it is in dollars sitting in your shelf and thinking, okay, I cannot use this anymore. I just have to look everything into the web or whenever I get it.
Yeah, it's brutal, and especially like, you know, every time, you know, I consider that like, oh, I should probably, you know, at least carry around the updated codexes or whatever, but trying to justify to myself, you know, spending money on something that I know is going to be outdated as soon as I buy it just sucks.
Yeah.
And then like the new player horror stories are you know, already addressed. Like I bought this codex, and then it turns out it was a 7th edition codex, so the store owner didn't know, and so it was useless. And then I got the 8th edition codex, and all the points values are wrong. So I like went to a tournament and got kicked out. You're like, what do you do if you're a new player and you don't know what Battlescribe is? Because it's not like they tell you. You know,
Oh yeah, thanks God we have Battlescribe.
Yeah,
I did subscribe to them even though because they are so good.
yeah,
Otherwise, I don't know how we do it. We go crazy with Excel sheets and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, it'd be brutal. Well, you just have to use the proprietary Games Workshop app that definitely doesn't have any errors in it.
Yeah.
It's definitely perfectly flawless. Yeah. Yeah, it's awkward.
Ah.
Games Workshop more inscrutable than Zeech. Yes, chat. Definitely. They do have was it what was their old there used to be a Zeech Lord of War. Was it a silver tower? I think that's what it was. And it was like it was just a big tower that floated around and shot laser beams. And so instead of an ivory tower, the Games Workshop execs just float above all of the plebeian gamers that buy their products in their silver tower.
Very accurate.
Yeah, shoot unnecessary FAQs down at everyone.
And now you get seasons. Whoa.
Yeah, they're just throwing new books at us.
Yeah. Instead of like going digital, like all of them ask them, they're just like, no, more. You say more books? Okay. There you go.
Yeah, guys, I would pay you so much more money in a subscription to a digital service than I do in books. And they're like, what's you said, books? Here you go. I'm like, no, GW, stop. Focus test better. What are you doing? Ridiculous.
What time is it there, Terry? I'm curious now.
7.
Oh my god, you just went sleepless all night.
Yep, I have not slept. That's true.
Holy shit, man. Get some sleep.
Yeah, maybe the Tyranid player just ran away. Maybe he was, maybe he's busy throwing a party for his horror specs. We got him a little tiny party hat and a little
He's
cake.
celebrating.
Yeah.
He's just muted and celebrating and jumping. No, I think he had some stuff to do because I heard him talking to someone like, I'm almost done or something. He was probably like busy or something.
Digital rules. Here's a special digital edition you can put on your shelf. Like it's a book, but it has a CD in it, like an old optical disc. Perfect. That no one can run anymore because like computers don't have CD drives anymore.
Travis' sleep schedule revolving around the pod match.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I do. After this, I have penciled in my calendar. We have a nice nap, and then I get back up at 1 p.m. for another pod finals.
For another pod finals. Yeah. Oh my god, man! I feel you.
Yeah, this is it's classic end of season stuff. It's not quite as wild as group stage, invitational group stage. That gets insane. But
the games play much more close to each other, right?
Yeah. Because you fit. It's 3 games per person. So 20, or I think it's 32 games, and we
in 1 week.
Those over. It's a 2-week period.
It's a 2-week period. Okay.
But it's still like generally like 2 to 3 games a day. We can't catch them all, but we can get most of them. It comes with a floppy disk. Who remembers when the GW list builder used to come on a disc, and it used to come in a DVD case, and you used to have to buy a separate one for every like super faction you played.
No way, seriously.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was like 3rd and 4th edition.
Oh wow, this were ancient times.
Yeah, back in the day, I was a little baby. I couldn't even save up my snow shoveling money to get the 40k army builder, so I had to do it like a peasant.
I was probably playing some half-painted Dark Elves by then.
Yeah. But they had one. There was like an Armies or there's a Space Marine one, an Armies of the Imperium one, a Xenos one, and an Armies of Chaos one, and you had to buy them separately.
Wow.
Chat, back me up. 4th edition. Thanks, chat. Yeah, I was. I don't even look like. I don't know what the actual software looks like. I never got to that stage, but I do remember them being on the shelf in my local Warhammer store.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries.
On my way.
So where were we?
So Young is painting my model with Crayola. Yes. Yes, chat. Even back then, they were worse than the battle scribe of the day. That's good to know. At least the tradition hasn't changed. That is a pretty cool Starship Enterprise. Look at that. Very nice. That's what you can do with your Games Workshop rules floppy disk when you get it in your digital edition of the codexes that come out.
All right, so back to you, man. Where were we? I think we were movement phase or something like that.
It's okay. Back in business. Okay, so movement phase. I am. Did +1 to hit, +1 to hit.
All right, we're back to the game.
Yeah.
Thanks for indulging that little break there, chat.
Joe. I can't hide him in that corner because I think he's too fat. Just give me a second to see if we can.
He did already move back a bit here before.
He can't, but he overhangs too much. Okay, so warriors are going to just advance.
Sounds good.
Or yeah, they're going to advance to get out the big guy's way. That is a 10.
Yeah, so it is important to remember, I think, here that the Hyrule also.
And then Hyrule is going to advance to get out of dodge.
Nice.
So
Also,
that
does not benefit from me obscuring from these
15.
ruins. So even if he did hide behind those ruins, he would get.
Wait, I might just have.
He would
just
get
move like this.
shot.
Then he will not touch the overhang.
Remember that you already moved 4 inches back here.
Okay, so then he has to move 11.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so now it's just a matter of saving.
Yeah, I think
him.
that's probably the big downside
These
of
all can advance, but they
to the last in this particular version of Crusher
these warriors are
Stampede
going to move.
is that it makes
will
it so
take
that
a
you can't play as
-2
quite as
because of
aggressively with
the
those side titles as you'd like, and those are really where a lot of your damage comes out of.
So there's only 5, 6, so 4, yeah.
It's a little bit awkward if you are playing sort of infantry-less or low infantry in Crusher Stampede, which I've been doing recently because I don't want to crutch too hard on lictors in the list because I know that interaction is going to get removed pretty quickly, but or toned down. So I haven't been playing lictors, but if you play the lictorless list, the last secondary is a little tough right now. Once mental interrogation gets buffed, that's going to be a good secondary for Crusher Stampede, but otherwise it'll be awkward.
Escape. Swarmy is simply gonna hide. Gonna be a
Sounds
coward.
good.
Soul Spectre is gonna move 7. I would might die, but this is not.
Yeah,
These guys
I
are
guess
gonna
that's true,
spread
chat.
out just a little bit.
If your models count as the remaining wounds for holding objectives, then your opponent not damaging you is probably about as equal to you dealing damage to them as you can get. you just stand there and hold the objective. It's fine.
He is stuck there for life until his life ends, and that's about it. Okay, so then shooting, he only has 12 inches. He is 6. I can move him into there and give him a bit more. Okay.
Currently,
That is
nobody's
all.
standing on this
1 to
objective, which is a
psychic.
little bit awkward.
Nothing's probably going to happen here because you got so much denies. Catalyst will go on to the guy currently getting the shit kicked out of him.
Sorry, Indicus, I'm gonna cut you here. Do you intend to leave this objective?
Oh, is he not on the objective? Nope. Oh, well, I'll move him in the shooting phase to get back on.
Okay, okay. Just double checking. Just otherwise, I
No
don't
problem.
want.
I'm moving back onto the shooting
Sounds good.
phase.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay.
So Stormy is going to try and give catalyst to the guy getting the shit kicked out of him. He does, but a 6, so just roll a 6.
So a 6. This is a catalyst, right?
Yep. Catalyst,
I'm
so
gonna try to deny with the first guy. I mean, I have
Yep.
many, so maybe in a 6. I do deny it on a 7.
and then he is going to just give onslaught to that group, so they ignore the
You can
-1.
you can say the power, and then you can see if it goes through. You can then declare the target. If
And
you
he
want.
gets with a 10, so roll a 10.
Let's try to deny it with the other guys. Maybe a 10. I don't deny it. That goes
Okay,
off.
so they get catalyst, they just ignore the shooting penalty.
They
Okay,
ignore the
then.
shooting penalty. Okay.
So on to
So it
movement
looks like
shooting.
probably angling
Stormy
at
is
the
going to
Granids
tell himself to
objective
get back
4.
on the point.
Sounds good.
Do you have 2 venom cannons angling at them?
Everything here is in combat, so I can't shoot anything there. This guy can't see anything here. Too far away.
Yeah, it doesn't really want to
Okay, so
take a
no
shot at
shooting
the
right there. These guys are going to try and shoot these guys.
Sounds good.
redeploy
So D3 shots.
Grandmaster.
3 could happen. He's hit on 3s because of +1 and all
Plus
that.
1.
Ah, crap. Wounds on a 2. Nope.
Okay.
These guys are done. Okay, so then hull specs. I don't think he's in range of anything. Nope, he's not. Okay, so he is simply gets through the charges. How much wounds are on these guys?
You have 2 guys and 1 Tyranids on 10 wounds.
The question is, do I want more damage? Or do I want more the potential just to kill some things outright? I don't want to fight on death. Well, we'll see. Yeah, hull specs are going to charge into these 2.
Sounds good.
I think anything but, yeah, even a 2 fails. So just let's see how far you can go. Oh,
There
look
you
at
go.
that. Okay, so he is just going to plonk his butt over here.
Where are the mortals going?
I'll see if I want. I don't think I want to do him because he's just going to eat them and maybe punch him.
Sounds good.
Because you can't wound him on 3s. So if I put transhuman on him, he might take more hits. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with this hull specs.
Maybe going for
Mhm.
a transhuman now.
Hits on 3s, but he gets to reroll everything by spending CP. Okay, so then hull specs is going to put his tongue into these guys.
Sounds good.
And any big attacks that generated will go into these guys.
Okay.
So 4d3 attacks.
Nice.
Whoa!
Whoa.
The max
These Hyrospects, man.
attacks out of this guy.
When you give something
Hot
-1 damage
damn.
and 5 up inbound, they're pretty good. These hit on 3s,
Well, hit roll was not
Okay.
great, though.
wounding on 3s.
We're coming back around. Also the wound roll wasn't very
2
good
at
either.
-1.
2 at -1 for 4 apps. I do have CP, so I'm gonna go roll these ones apart. So this one's saved. This one's saved. And the last one would die. So this means you have extra attacks, right?
Just 1 extra attack if it kills him.
And how much is the damage? It's D3.
It's D3.
How many CP do I have? Only 1.
If only we had spent the CP to reroll their chat. That would have been so good.
Go ahead, roll the damage. Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
that's
just
enough to
kills
kill
1.
him.
And the next
I'm
big
gonna leave
attack,
the other guy actually. I'm gonna leave this one. There we go.
the big attack will go into your Dread Knight, hitting on a 3.
Sounds good.
He misses. Okay, never mind.
Well,
And then
there you
Nice.
go.
He's basing both of them.
It's a,
for the
it's a
purposes.
classic Tyranid fight phase. We killed one
Sounds good.
And
interceptor.
then you get to choose who
Very
gets to
excited
hit.
about the Star Spectacular.
We'll
We'll
We
hit
did
first the
basically-
Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight
Oh, wow.
over there. It's gonna be 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Come on, man. Okay, and then moving on 3s.
Oh, just give me a sec.
Oh.
do they just have swords, or which one has a hammer?
The one that's hitting you now, this one here.
He only has a hammer.
This is the only one that has a hammer, yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't really roll anything. Go ahead. If he dies, he dies.
These are the 5 wounds. 1 mortal and 5 wounds.
1 mortal and 5 wounds. Okay, so
Yeah.
these are 5 up invulns.
-3, yeah.
Oh my god!
Never mind.
What is this
So this 1 mortal,
Haruspex?
and this is going to be 3 damage.
Oh my god.
So 3 damage.
Incredible!
Yep, he is tanking it like a boss. He's going to do mortal wounds back.
It's 4
to him.
wounds in total. So
Oh my
you
god.
have
-1.
7 down. Yeah, it's 4 -1 plus the mortal. That's 4 total.
Okay,
So down
for
to 3.
total- Okay, so the mortal doesn't count anything. He doesn't have catalyst.
Oh.
So 3 on 6s, you take mortal wounds back.
Yep.
Nope.
So he's down to 3. There we go.
Okay, I get to attack. He is
Down
going
to 3.
What is this Haruspex?
Down to 3
made
because
out
of the 4. You were 7 wounds, so it's down -4. It's 3 wounds.
8. So wait, yeah.
No, you were
Uh,
7 because you didn't heal the extra wound.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that D6 then. Oh, D3 plus 3. Okay. So then he is going to try eat that last guy.
Are you in range?
Oh crap, he's not in range. So then, who is the weakest here? So I think I just put big attacks into this guy.
Sounds good.
So he has 4 big attacks. He has plus. He doesn't
Definitely
have plus
scripted
1.
chat.
So only on 5s. Damn it. Yep, only on 5s. Yeah, 1.
One goes
does he
through.
get to reroll any of this? Nope, he does not. So just 1 attack. Hits on a
And then-
kill on a 2 because he's double. Okay, on your invuln.
On my inbound and a 4 up. I don't make it.
Okay, next turn. Next beatdown.
It's gonna be this Red Knight into the Cyrospects.
Yep.
So this is gonna be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, drawing the 1s, big profile. Okay, I'll hit 4 times, hitting on 1 on 3s.
Oh
Oh
my god!
Okay.
You guys are not very angry, it seems.
Another 4
Yeah.
failed
So next
wound
up,
rolls.
do you want to hit again or something?
Oh
Or is
my
it the end of the
god!
turn?
I can't, it's just you. So you get to hit with these 2.
What
So
is
this guy
this
will
game?
hit here. So this is 4 attacks because
I can't believe this Haruspex is alive.
Yeah, 4 attacks. Come on, can you do it? Can you do 3 wounds onto this guy? Hit on 3s, rolling the
Oh
1s.
my god,
Not like
chat.
this.
What is happening?
Okay, so 3 go through. Come on, I need, like, I'm gonna roll these ones 1 by 1 because I'm just done with this fight. 3 up. Okay, so that's a mortal on the wound.
Ugh.
That's a miss, and I'm gonna Superior roll that to him. So down to 0. That goes through, and the last one, that goes through. So it's 2 mortals, 3 wounds.
There it is.
Can you save that? 5 ups.
We
Okay.
got him, chat.
So
Okay,
it's
so
2d6
first up,
plus
we
2
got 'em.
mortals.
It just
So
took
that's,
6
3 and 2,
activations
that's
of
5
Nemesis
plus 2
Dread
mortals.
Knights to kill
So
the
7 goes.
Haruspex.
First up, you take
Oh my
mortals
god.
on a 6. You
I
take
take
1
mortals
mortal
on
back.
6. So down to
Uh,
5.
Sec. I'm pretty
Let
sure
me
that-
see if I drag it. If I drag it, I don't take it. I drag it, so I don't take
Dread
it.
Knights
Give me a
need a
sec.
points drop.
Up to 6.
Yes. Too weak. Haruspex is too good. Nerf Haruspex is G-dub.
Kirby, does this fight on dev count now that he's attacked?
I think your stratagem allows that, but I want Trebidan to confirm because the stratagem doesn't mention that he did fight
Yeah,
I know
first.
that.
all the Tyranid ones don't care whether or not you fought.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could fight again if you wanted. And I think it's on your top profile at the same time.
Yeah, it's on my top profile, so
Yeah.
I would love to kill him, but
Oh, man.
anyway, so it gets no, but it doesn't matter. So he is going to 2 CP. He's going to fight on dev. He's going to
Yeah,
try and
we're
punch
doing it.
that Red Knight.
We're fighting
Dread
on
Knight
death
has
with this
6 wounds,
Haruspex.
okay.
So these are hitting on back to 3s now because he's on top
Back to
bracket.
3s. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, hit. Nice.
So many attacks.
Winning
from
on
these
2s.
things.
Oh. Okay, so
Good
4
job.
ups. Come on, can you do it? I don't know. You roll 5 or 6, you kill it.
D6 for 2.
So it's 4. So it's down to 2.
Okay.
There you
Does
go.
he explode? Come on, explode, explode. Damn it. No. Yeah, but so close.
Alright, I guess that leaves the intercepted Justicar onto your.
That was just
Haruspex.
D6 damage, right?
Yeah, just D6
Yeah.
damage on the.
So it was just 2 damage on the Dread Knight, not Not 4.
It was only 2 damage. I
Yeah.
thought it was like.
No,
No,
it's
the
just
big
D3.
guys are D3+3. The little guys are just D6.
these guys are D3+2.
Thanks. I forgot about that. So it's up to 4.
Alright,
Yeah, there we
well,
go.
2 TPs
So the intercept
for 2
just
wounds
trigger
back
into
in
the
Nemesis
hard specs,
Dreadnought.
hitting on
Maybe not
3s, no
perfect.
rerolls, winning on 5s. Okay, 1 mortal, 2 wounds.
But that was very exciting. We finally got rid of that guy.
One
Okay,
more,
he
thank
takes
goodness.
1
So
on a 6. Okay, he just takes 2.
2 more. There we go.
Okay.
And I
Yes.
think that should do it. I don't have any morale because these guys. And how many guys did you kill from this? You did kill only 1, yeah. So
Yeah, only killed 1.
yeah, good.
Okay, so I just get my priority.
You got your priorities.
And that's
So
about it.
that does deny
hold, you just
Stranglehold.
block me out there. And that is your turn. You get 15.
I do get 15.
Definitely, we did have a little bit of dice swing there. I think certainly this Haruspex took way more punishment than it should have. But we also, I mean, we have to remember this Haruspex rolled 12 attacks and then killed 1 model with them. So the dice gods do giveth and they do taketh away.
Take this guy down on side.
But now we're down to Haruspex. We have another wounded Haruspex. Down to a side Tyranid almost dead.
To your Stormlords.
And this warrior unit bravely holding objective 2, being beaten down on by a strike squad, as well as Nemesis Dreadnought Grandmaster. Although he is slow, he's only moving 5 inches.
So this comes right about here.
But I think things are looking a little tough for the High Fleet today.
Okay. But it's more or less around here. Okay, nothing to do.
Haruspex
in
didn't
the-
die, he just got bored.
Nothing to do in the command phase. So let's go into movements. This guy will just move 5. Can I get in here? No, I can't get in here. These guys could advance. Maybe this one goes off. Yeah, let's try to advance this strike squad over here and see what we get. Anyway, the 5, so it's even 11. Lucky. Lucky.
So yeah, taking away objective 2 from the Tyranids.
I do not want to move block this guy, so this will be a 7-inch charge. Okay, that's enough. Librarian will advance for fire, so that's 9.
So we're gonna cut. Looks like we're gonna cut Tyranids down to a
here.
40-point primary because they will be on 1 objective at the end, unless we get something on objective 1, which does seem unlikely. So a 40-point primary. I think it's fairly likely that we lose the high.
This fella will move 4.
maybe?
Will move 5. Can I see your swarming?
Maybe not. Well, we do have another battle round to
Okay,
try
I
to
can
get
see
rid of
your
that.
swarming. I can see the tail of
So we
your
probably
swarming, okay,
max
that works. So this will move
primary for Grey Knights.
3.5
So Sensonics will be up 5 points there.
and 3.5.
I think he's probably looking at least a 12 on Bring It Down.
I just need to see these guys.
So he'll be at 12. He probably gets another 5 from Purifying Ritual, I imagine.
So, yeah, this one.
So that's a 17.
This one
Plus he should max priority target, so 32 secondaries.
Yeah.
Plus he's up 5, so
Alright.
that would be 42 minus, essentially minus whatever
Should do
Indicus gets on
movements.
his secondaries, which should be,
Let's go for
probably
psychic.
12 on
Start
Stranglehold.
with the
I imagine
the
we
librarian.
knock down to
We'll
5 to the
put
last and then max
vortex
priority targets,
onto this guy, closest enemy visible.
which would be 32.
Um,
So right now it's looking like Grey Knight's going to
maybe
be up
we'll
about
see
10
how
points by the end of the game.
this might
Which I think,
this might be-
after what was potentially an overextension turn 1, I think
let's
it's about
do a
what
spend
is to be
CP.
expected.
Yeah, let's spend CP.
Although it
No,
is,
I got 3d6 and
a little
3d2.
lucky that we do still have this Nemesis Grandmaster just chilling here
That's four
on
dice.
2 wounds left, hanging out.
Okay, so that's a 9. That's a 10 actually, because I'm not within. Yeah, that's a 9. I'm within range of these guys. Would you like to deny? Actually, you're out of range, so
Yeah, I'm
this
out.
goes through, and this will be 4 mortals. Not great. That's what it is.
4 because of his Olo trick.
And then this will be second smite. Let's see what we can get. I do get a 4, so it goes. It's a miss. Fantastic. Alright, next up, Purifying Ritual from this strike. What's in here? Let's see if we can get a 5. I do get 6. This Purifying Ritual over here. You're not in range tonight. I did pre-measure this. 24.5.
Okay.
This Harvest Squad over here will try to do the night. No, doesn't go through. This ones will try to do it here. It's a through.
Excuse me, are you sure I'm not in range? Because
yeah, you're not in range because I can. When it's a psychic unit, I select one of the models of the unit, and in this case, I selected this one. So you have to measure from that one.
You deny the whole unit?
No, so when you do a psychic power with the unit, you do select one model of the unit to do the psychic powers, and you measure everything from that model.
Okay.
So I did go off on a 7 here for this Purifying Ritual, but I don't think you're in range to deny. So this one goes off. And then the last one would be here. I'm gonna try to do it first with these Nemesis Dread Knights. Let's see if it goes off. Let's go off on a 7. Would you like to deny? This one you're in range.
Who's that with?
With this Dread Knight, did a Purifying Ritual over here.
Yeah, so sure why not?
Okay, it's the Knights. Okay, second, the Interceptor Justicar will try to put everything into this Purifying Ritual over here. So he needs, okay, the miss. And the last one will try to put Purifying Ritual into the same objective. That's a go with the Nates. That would be your second deny. Yeah.
No, we can have it.
Okay, so that's 3 objectives because on the last one I missed, so that's 4 points. Up to 9. And then the last ones, he will try to put +1 to wound. I do measure from the thing, but I can see him. So this would be +1 to wound on this formula. Let's see if it goes through. I need 7, which is an 8 because of the -1. Okay, it's a miss.
Are you giving him extra range?
18 inch for the psychic. No, this is the Empiric Amplification. I'm putting the other one, Empiric Lodestone, the +1 to wound in each unit. Didn't go through. It didn't go through because I have -1.
Okay.
Librarian did things. Okay, so I still do have this Grandmaster here. He will try to put the +1 damage on your Tyranid warriors. Let's see if it goes through. I need 7, which is an 8 for you. That's miss as well. Okay, this -1 is coming into play. Alright, that's the end of the psychic phase. It's going to shoot in. Let's see what we can do here. This Nemesis Renegade will put everything into the hard specs. Let's see if it goes through.
Supposed to hit?
I don't have any blast to hit, so it will be hitting on force, and I don't have any draws. 4 more. Okay, this one is out. This one's out. Okay, force, no hit, no rerolls. This misses, and then force for the blue ones, 5s for the other ones. So only 3 wounds. -1, and this one is -2.
Well,
you're good.
5 up.
Aspects is taking the mantle.
Takes 1 damage.
So only 1 damage. Alright, the Nemesis Red Knight will put everything into the Swarmy. So we can scratch it. So this is 2s, no rerolls. I do miss with 2. And then wounding on 3s and wounding on 5s. So this is a miss, this is a miss, and this is a miss. So you get this at your 4-ups. You can say it's the same because 4-ups everything.
4-ups. He just takes 3.
3 more. Okay. This Renard will put everything into this Tyranid unit over here. Yep. Let's see if we can scratch them. It's scratch, so it's hitting on force, but I do reroll once because of the Grandmaster. So this misses, and then wounding on 3s and wounding on 2s. So all of this, this will go into your 5-up. I'm not sure of the save of this Tyranid warriors. It's 5 up. It's all 5-ups. Okay, so you can throw it.
All 5-ups. Okay, so 1 dies and 1 takes a wound.
Okay. Yeah, we should have rolled this separately because of the different damage, but it's alright. Okay, this Nemesis Dread Knight will put everything into the Tyranid warriors. Let's see if we go through. I think 5s because 5s because you're in the forest, right? Yeah. 5s and then 3s and 2s. Okay, so this misses. You get 5 ups, but roll them separately. First, roll the
these will be 4 ups because of the dents, the cover. I mean.
Ah, yeah, you have the light cover in that one, right? No, it actually doesn't have it. It's only dense.
Isn't it light cover also? Nope, never
It's
mind.
difficult terrain, dense cover, and defensible. So it's 5 ups. Yeah.
Never mind. So all are 5 ups.
But roll, no, but just roll first the red ones, just in case. There we go. Because it's different. It's different damage.
Okay.
You save for them both. Nice. And then this is 5 ups. Damage 1.
Doesn't matter. So 5 ups, 1 will die.
Kills 1.
Okay. I will take. Well, you're the extra, so you can die. Wait, hold up. Nope, you're on the point, so you have to stay. But he has obsec, right?
He has obsec, yeah. He gives obsec as well.
Okay, so there's currently only 1 on that. Okay, so I kind of want you to charge them so that I can might pile in. Okay, so the bio cannon has to die.
Alright. So, Storm Bolters, this one did advance. This one is in combat, this one doesn't have any shooting. So let's just go into charges. Let's charge with the Grandmaster into your hard specs. Let's see what we can get. Not that. Because I need to go ahead, right? If I roll here, if I move to the side, let's try. That's a 7. Can you measure if it's within one of yours?
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Just out.
He's just out?
Drop him?
Okay, let's try again.
Oh, wait, I'll lift him, yeah, just to see.
Yeah. So he will just go 1.6 and then -7, that's 5.4. I don't see 5.4. Just drop him out. He's out. So no charges for this guy. This is 5.4 back. And 1.6 back. There you go. No charges for this guy. That sucks. That's what it is. This Remesis Red Knight will charge into your guys over here. That's a 7, which is a 5, which is just enough, I guess. Yep. So it's a 5. And then this did advance, so there's no charging for these guys. And that would be it. That sucks because you're probably just gonna destroy me here, but that's what it is. Alright, that's what it is. Let's go into it. Charges first, so this guy will swing into your Teenage Warriors. I'm gonna do double profile, so it's going to be 8 attacks. Hitting on 2s, no rerolls. And then strength is 6, but I have a +1 to wound because I charged, so it's 2s. Okay, so it's 1 mortal and 4 wounds. -2 to damage.
2, so these are still 5 ups.
Incredible savings, nice. So it's only 1. Right? 2 damage plus 1 mortal, so it's 1 again.
So 1 guy will die. Okay. And then that would be fine. Okay, so I can take.
And then I will just pile in towards your guy and base him. Okay? So consolidating, sorry. That's the intent at least.
Oh well. Weird things have happened. Since you attacked it, I will attack over here. Holospects are going to try and munch that guy.
The small one? Yep.
I'm just going to put 1 attack into him. And
1 attack into interceptors. And 3 into the guy. Sounds
so
good.
this 1 attack is D3 attacks will be 3. Nice.
Hitting on 4s.
3s because
hitting on 3s because you got the +1, yeah.
3s, come on. Oh, damn you. And 3s.
Yeah, so it is a little risky charging.
Okay, and then 3 attacks into the big guy.
Into the Warriors, although they don't have, they're just silent talents in melee.
Wounding on 2s.
So it is wounding on 5s into a 2+ armor save. Means it's highly unlikely there's a Grandmaster there.
This one goes through.
Because we don't have any CP for implant attacks.
I'm seeing a 10 again. I know it.
Although what I think what will probably actually happen here is the charge may give Tyranids the objective anyway, because they will be able to pile and consolidate the 3 warriors onto the objective, and then Hivemind appear to them to count them as 6 models, so they would outnumber the Grandmaster and Grey Knights on the objective. That would give Tyranids the max 45 on primary.
Of course. Okay. Nothing else.
Which I think the way the game's looking was they'll probably put Grey Knights up
These are all
5-ish
guys
points.
they'll just pile in, trying to
But I
get
think
play.
we were hoping to kill more of them
Doesn't really matter because you're tired.
than just the
Buy some
2
milk,
with the Dread Knight.
plus 2. Yeah, if you must do 2 ups, then he's dead, and I take the point. Okay, so these guys have double
happen.
12. So these are 4, 8, 12 attacks. They're giving themselves the +1 because they had to.
So
no, they
they
don't
didn't
have
have
the
it. I don't
Yeah,
think
they
they
don't
have
have
it.
the +1. So, well, wait, just give me a sec. What do they hit on? Hit on 3s. Okay, hit on 3s, but they get to reroll 1s.
Yeah.
Not so painful. These will be 5s with no rerolls. Come on, give me numbers. Okay, 3. Oh, well.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2 1s. Ready for my 2 1s?
Ah!
Only one.
Got one,
Okay.
one. Almost got there.
He
But we still
survives,
have
at
the...
least. All right, I'll get you, my interceptor Justice
Yeah, we
Who's
still have
still
the
there
Hive
for
Mind
some
Imperative
reason.
play
I'm gonna hit at your house
in the
specs, hitting on
bag,
3s,
potentially?
no rolls, winning on 5s.
Since the Tyranid Warrior survived.
Oh,
with
there we go.
left.
That's the end of my turn. So this
Uh,
will be 3 for priority target, and nothing for bringing it down yet again.
okay,
How many
it's
bringing
swap
down?
over.
I did kill 1 high respect, so it goes up to 12.
Yeah, it goes up to 12.
So that would be the end of my turn. Passing up to you.
I think especially it was a good turn for Purifying Ritual because it's the
Question
Grey Knight
is-
unit, or the Strike
So I
Squad,
have
excuse me, got
Obsec
up onto
secured,
the
and I do have more
onto
than you.
objective 2.
Yeah, so that is...
It's double Obsec. When these guys are Obsec already, the
Yeah,
Warlord
so
trait gives them double Obsec, so
you
they
get
count as
5.
5.
Get 15. What can... I will have to dedicate
Yeah.
at
So we
least
could have
one
Mind Imperative
unit.
to take that objective. But only if the Tyranid player sees it.
If he falls back, can the Swarmy push him?
Which one? Sorry.
I'm just thinking, if the Swarmy falls back, can he push him into another model? I mean, onto the subject.
The Swarmy, the Swarm
Yeah.
Lord. This one.
I'm saying, if he falls back,
The higher specs falls back. Yeah.
can Swarmy tell him to move again, or does that not count?
I think it's. Well, ask Trevi. I think it's only advance and charge, right? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't fall back using the double move. But you can.
I'm just saying,
you can fall back and then double move
if he falls
afterwards.
back and tells him to go, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but that does... If he falls back 7, well, 5 now. 4, well, yeah, 7. Yeah, he doesn't bracket, so... So 7... You have to roll a 12 or more to get onto this. I have no way to fall back and charge with Leviathan. The question is... If I kill that... Grandmaster Dread Knight armor... Actually, that might be the plan, yeah. That might be the plan. Big guns, they don't have any guns, so that doesn't matter. The Hydra Duel will probably have to... Do I want to commit the Hydra Duel? Oh wait, just give my +1s. He'll give themselves +1.
Sounds good.
They'll give him +1 because they're close enough. I guess the Hydra Duel will get a +1. No way I can... Oh wait, hold up. That actually could do quite nicely. If I just kill him, my hollow specs can fit into that gap. So you won't be able to attack. You are very bracketed. Okay, so these guys are gonna fall back now onto movement. Need to decide here now. So they're gonna fall back. Stormy is gonna tuck himself right into the corner as far as he can go. Oh, but then that's the thing, if he kills them in combat, then that is fine. Just, so either I send him into him. He has the hammer, so that's D3 +3. You will take a couple of damage. I'll lose 5 points. Next round you will get about 15 unless I can take 2 points away from you. It can only happen if these two are not here. and I kill him somehow. Or I force you to bounce him. These guys. 4 up in
I think,
3 shots. So
Tyranid player does have to
Harvest
remember
Specs
that the Granids
yeah.
do bottom round 5 scoring, so there's probably no way to
18
stop them from getting their 10.
All specs is gonna
I mean, the
just
higher
pop
though?
in.
Okay.
Yeah, higher I mean. This is going to get as oh damn it, there's 2 more inches. Yeah, I need to think now. Sorry about this. Just need to see.
That's alright.
You can bounce him, but then that means I get to shoot this guy. 18 inches will be about here. Means he will be out in the open. Or do I bring him here so he can go tangle? Okay, never mind. He's going. These guys are gonna move. Yep, these guys are gonna move their 6. I think it's about time they. If I don't do something now, it's just a matter of death. Hagridu is gonna move 12. Well, he moves 10,
9.
I think. 9. Okay, so 9. Then this might not work because you are too far away. Okay, so it doesn't matter. If he had a 12, he could have gotten there. And Swarmy can't make him will deny his shooting. So if I pull back here, yeah, I want to save the 5 points. I can't shoot them; they've been blocked off. You die. Damn, this is a pickle. Yep. Well, there's a good touch. Okay, so these guys are gonna have to pull back. They're still touching the point.
Sounds good.
Is there only 2? There should be a third guy here.
There's a here, over here.
There is. They're still touching the point. Well, 2 are touching the point. Did you give them OPSEC?
They are OPSEC naturally. This is strike squad, and
Okay.
because they are within 6 of the aura of the World of Trade, they get double OPSEC, so they count as 2 models as well.
So
If he dies, you get the objective.
Okay.
Because you have 3 guys with OPSEC, and I have only 2 guys with OPSEC.
Okay, so I'm just making sure that he doesn't give it to them just to.
No, it's an aura. So if he's gone, this thing is gone.
Because that will keep. So ideally, I need to take these 2 back from you, or take that. This is such a pain. Do I trust that the Hall Specs can kill him and munch him to pile in? Or do I kill them and then push him back onto the point? This. Maybe in the fight phase you might be able to think of those last few wounds. So these guys are definitely going to try and hide a bit here. Okay, well this guy can shoot him. So that's fine. So if you want to jump him. Okay, so I get 2 shots at that. Do I trust that the Hoggerspecs can tank the last bit of that? Well, he only has 3 attacks now. Okay, so I'm going to try trust in the Hoggerspecs that he can tank a bit more.
Sounds good.
Just put our faith in.
So on
our
to
Specs is making an ungodly number of
Psychic.
vulnerable saves.
I'm going to try give the Hoggerspecs a 5 up Funeral Pain.
You do.
10.
And
So
try to deny it. Don't
Yeah,
deny it, so it goes off.
A 5 up Funeral Pain. This is like the last game. He tanked the Magnus and won, but will he do it again?
Your Hardspecs are real tanks, man.
Yeah. And then he is going to. He can't see anything. Oh, wait. I'll do that in the shooting phase. So then he is going to.
Onslaught?
Yeah, onslaught doesn't matter. He can't smite. Well, he could smite them, but because of his, you can see him with his bum.
With the tail, you can see the massive.
Yeah, so you just smite that guy.
Okay,
you
so
can
it's
deny on
5.
purpose.
And try to deny. I do deny.
Yeah, okay. On to shooting. Swarmy is gonna do this, so he can no longer be seen.
Sounds good.
Holospec is gonna try shoot that guy. Does his ballistic skill bracket, I wonder? It does. So this will be on a 5. Or on a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it hits. Come on, wound. Please wound. It wounds -1. Oh, wait, -3. Sorry, -3.
I'm good.
It's -3.
Yeah, I have a 4 up in bone with the... Oh, did you hit? You were shooting at this guy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it goes through. Total damage.
Okay, so, come on, please kill him. No, okay, so I'm going to burn the CP just to try and kill him because I
You're
need
gonna
him to
burst
die.
me.
Oh, reroll trying to kill the
Okay, guys.
He's dead.
interceptor. That does
He
heal
gets
the
a
horror
wound
specs
back
back to mid bracket.
because
Yeah.
that's what that thing does.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And now
Way to go,
this
horror specs.
bio cannon is going to
Hot
shoot
damn.
at your Grandmaster in Dread Knight armor. Would you like to bounce him?
Yeah, I will. Actually. Where is this bio cannon? Is over here?
This one. He's
Ah,
going
this
to-
one. Aim to him. So you have a -1 to hit there, but you have a +1 as well, right? Oh, no, you didn't get the +1 then. Yeah. Or yes, you did.
Yeah, they have the +1. They have to give it to them. They give it to them, and then
If I go out, I think I might just bounce him. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce him. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce him. I'm gonna go here.
okay, so that gives me
No.
Make
points.
a sigil
Oh.
of exigence.
I'm gonna go somewhere here, and I need to be. Can I get here out of line of sight?
I can still see him.
You can still see him over here, right?
Yeah, I can still see
Bioweapon guy is the one in the front.
Yeah, the bio cannon guy is the one in the front. He is a 36-inch range, so you have to kind of move him all the way here. Because you're too tall to... I can see you over the...
You have the sword side. Yeah, I see.
That's a very poor design issue. Have the sword
I
poking
see.
straight up.
I see. No, I'm just gonna go over here. This is obscuring, so hopefully that should do enough.
Okay, so he can't see you. No,
Just give me a second here.
I might still be able to shoot you.
You still able to shoot me?
Because of the line.
Oh yeah, you see the sword. Oh man, this is tricky. How do I give obstacle to this guy? I'll give obstacle to both of them. What's the range of this Venom gun?
36 inches.
36 more than enough. And through these guys are 9-inch here. 9-inch over here. If I do get here, I'm in range to get those guys upsec. No. Fuck it.
The toughest sigil of exigence.
You know what? I'm just gonna pop there, and I'm just gonna pop the 3 up. I know the 3 up in bone is already popped, right?
Yeah.
From the
Already
first
popped.
turn.
Yeah, but
How much charge is this?
It's D3 damage, but D3 shots.
D3 shots for the damage as a guy just wants one to go through, and you hit on 3s, right?
Yeah, they will hit on 3s now.
Now I'm just gonna hide him over here, so you cannot shoot him.
Okay,
Somewhere
that's
here.
fine. So then they will redirect their shots into... I don't really care, but they'll put it into this guy.
They put it into this guy. Sounds good.
Okay, so D3 shots. Oh, well, you saved him from 3 shots.
Yep.
These will be hitting on 3s because of +1. These wound on 3s because of strength 8. Or at your 4 up.
4 up in bones. And we
Damn.
make 1.
Venom Cannon
and we make only 1,
overperformance
so 2
right here.
damage.
Oh,
two
no.
roll damage.
Did we
D3
kill a
damage
Dread Knight with his Venom Cannon?
That's
is
1.
1.
He
Yeah, just need a 3.
probably
Give me a
survived,
3,
right?
please.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it, just 1.
So it's done.
Almost
Oh.
got there. Almost got there.
Okay, we're going to do the same again. This guy is going to shoot his bio cannon into your...
Do you have biocannon here? I thought you
Yep.
took him out.
Everyone has bio cannon, except those guys because I had to kill it all.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
So D3, come on, 2, good enough. Hitting on 4s, I think? They don't get the +1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
so
don't get
what?
the +1. So 4s, come on. Okay, 1 hit, good enough. Wound on a 3. Okay, on your
That's
4.
1. I don't have any CP, so this is a roll of the game.
Drum roll.
Yes, he's
dead.
Ugh.
Is that?
Finally got rid of
Oh
that
my
guy.
God.
Biocannon's
My mistake. I
doing
thought it
work.
was
Hot
there
damn.
was no biocannon here. My mistake.
Way too much stress. Okay, so I hold that point. So now I just need to kill him. So
Yep.
okay, so that's all my shooting. You get to hit me first, I think.
I got to hit you first. So that will be 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, no rerolls, winning on 3s. So 1 wound, 1 mortal.
Okay.
Rolling damage. For force is 3 plus 1 mortal is 4 damage. Get your catalyst.
3. This is
3 plus
This is
mortal.
this is ammo.
Sorry?
This is D6, so
6.
So
4 minus 1, it's 3 plus the mortal. Yep.
So 5 up, feel no pains.
5 up, feel no pains.
Okay, he takes 2, so that means 2 damage goes back onto you on 6 ups. Nope. He takes 2.
No. Down to 5.
This is stressful. Okay, so then I'm just going to put big attacks into him. Because we don't have CP to. It will be. Well, yeah, it's 2s to crush. So then I'll push. So I just need 1 to go through. Okay, so this is going to be 3s, no zeros. Come on. Oh, 2 is good enough. These are 2s to kill, hopefully. Come on, please. Okay, 1 on your 4 up.
4 ups. I make.
He's... Shit.
Alright.
Well, that's about as good as it can get.
Yeah.
So I don't get strangle.
Blocks the stranglehold. Because Tyranids weren't able
So
to
you
take
get
3
15
objectives.
next turn because I couldn't.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna roll it at the end of the game, yeah, probably.
15, bring it down. Priority target to the stranglehold. Yeah, you just need to. Yeah, you win just by holding, sitting still. Damn. Yeah. Anyway, that sucks.
I mean, do you want me to do the turn, or is it good for you to talk about it?
Because you probably.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. So we see the scores. Yeah. Pass me a turn and I'll get the time.
So you.
All right. So 15 primary. I mean, it's at the end of my turn, so I'm just gonna take it down for the moment. And we'll see how this plays out. No command phase.
Yeah, so that would have made the scores look a little bit better if we got that last stranglehold. Unfortunately, knocking out Tyranids on stranglehold last 2 turns is a pretty big deal. I definitely. So that would have put Tyranids up to 87, and it should basically look the same. Yeah, I think Tyranids had that 5-pointer for the primary if they just spend that CP on Highbind Imperative. That would have put them up at, if they got the stranglehold, that would have put them up at 92. So we'd had to make a 11-point differential from Grey Knights. But I think with the 15 or the 10 points, yeah, it gets most of it. And then you just have to get 1 Purifying Ritual or 1 Bring It Down. Either way, gets you the maximum. And or if you drop a to the last on the Tyranid side. So I think even with that Stranglehold, it would have been with the Stranglehold and the Highbind Imperative, it would have been pretty good for the Grey Knight player. Yeah, I think they're just gonna play it out because the final points might make sense or might change final placings. So they're just gonna play it out for the final score.
Ligurian will try to cast on 1 CP. I'm gonna cast on 3d6. I'm picking 2 highest.
I think
so
we're probably at one of those situations where like talking it out to get an accurate score would probably take us a lot much time as just playing it out.
Yeah,
So we'll play the 1 turn.
I do have -1. Okay, my mistake for putting him there.
But that is going to be Sensonics taking
Let's
down the
go
pod.
off on an 8. Would you like to deny?
Yeah, sure, why not?
That's a 9, so it's a Knight. Purifying Flame. Let's go off on a 6. Would you like to deny?
Yeah, why not? That's a lot of damage.
That's a
Alright,
Knight and a 7. Okay. Fair enough. Smite. Let's do Purifying Ritual from the Nemesis Red Knight on the objective. Let's go off on a 10. I guess we don't have any more tonight, right?
Winning against the Harpy list. I know. Tyranid player losing despite having 2
There's
Harpies.
1 here.
How do you?
Yep, he gets
How
that.
is that
So you
possible?
get 1.
Crazy.
Interceptors in this back objective over here. We'll try to do it on that one. I do get it on 6.
It's because it's not 3
These interceptors in the back
harpies.
will
3
get it
harpies
over
is an
here.
automatic win. 2 harpies is just a
I do
problem.
miss one of 4.
You're always
And
advantaged.
these very nice strike squads will do it over here. I do get it on 7. So I got it on 3 points, that's 4 points.
That's already
Up to
win.
13. And then the rest of the stuff will just be this guy trying to put +1 damage onto the higher duel over there. Let's see if it goes off. Meaning a mate does go off for the 7. That's not denying. That's no more than
Because
9,
of
right?
bad rolling.
Nope, no more than 9.
Yes,
+1
all
damage
it was
here.
all a bad
Okay,
rolls.
that's good
For
help.
sure.
Let's shoot. Grandmaster everything into your higher duel. Let's see if it goes. It's worth it. Hitting on 2s, no rolls. Missing 5. Wounding on 4s and 5s. Ouch. Pretty terrible. So it's 5 goes through. You get 4 ups for the red ones and 5 ups for the blue ones. So this is 1 damage each. And this 2 damage.
So how much is that?
It's 5 in total because you have -1 damage, but I have +1 damage.
Yep. Damn.
Okay, then this guy will put all the shots into these higher specs. So he's on the last bracket, he's hitting on 5s. And then so this will be a total of 4 wounds at -2 and -1. -1 for these guys.
1 damage goes through.
1 damage. And 3. Don't you have your catalyst over there?
Oh yeah. So 5 went through. So
It's 3 went through. Yeah.
yeah. So just 4.
Oof.
So he just gains 1 back.
Hyrule getting
And then 3. You roll 3 more
gunned
for
down
the.
also,
you
or
want
close
beat
to
for
it.
now for the shooting.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you already did that? Okay.
Was this?
3 shots went through. 3 damage from this guy.
Okay, so then 4 ups. And then
So you get your 5. No. So this was the catalyst for the shooting. You already missed those ones.
I did that.
You get 1 wound back. You get 1 wound back.
Yeah,
Up to 4.
I just had 1 back. Yep.
Up to 4.
Up to 4.
There we go. That's good. Alright, so I don't know, there's no point shooting here, so I'm just gonna go for charges. Just charge the Grassmaster into your higher duel. Let's see if it goes through.
Yep.
It does go through.
Go get him, Grandmaster.
No, that's totally a miss.
Kill something with your hammer, please.
Right. That's a miss. Okay, unfortunate. That's it. And then I think I'm just gonna leave it like that because if I charge you and I don't kill you,
It doesn't
get
matter.
into the point. Doesn't matter, right? Because if you get into the point, I still control more than you.
You still control more than me, even if because you're probably charging to them and kill those guys.
Yeah, let's try to charge him. It's a miss anyways, so yeah, that's it. That's the game.
Yep. So you get
Another turn, I do get 15,
just
and I do get no more bringing downs, and you get your 10 to the last.
yeah.
And that's it. Good game, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Exactly. If he just killed him off there, I could have gotten a bit more.
Well,
Well,
I mean, you were pretty lucky with those high respects. I don't think you can ask them much more.
we need to 10, and that's about it. So you just get 5 less. So that's about it.
Well, the extra
I-
5 wouldn't have mattered, right? Because he was capped on primaries anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Captain Primaries,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter if you put this on.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, damn it.
I think there was
Any-
5 points up for grabs here after the Warriors had 3 models left, because you could have hive mind imperatived in your command phase after they piled into the objective, and then they count for 6 models, so they outnumber the 5 that were there.
Yeah, but
I mean, I could have charged and probably tried to kill them.
Well,
But, that's true.
I mean, that would have been the Tyranny command phase. They would have
Yeah.
held the objective. Yeah.
even 5 points wouldn't have really swung it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like 5, I needed to actually get my stranglehold for another 2 turns just to like even it out.
Yep.
Anyway, good game. Very close.
Very close, very close. Especially your high respects, man. Hero of the game.
Yeah, I probably should
Legend.
have something to keep him alive a bit more. Maybe shot into something to give him an extra wound back, but yeah.
Or probably give him. I mean, you didn't even need it because I failed everything, so you didn't even need to transhuman him.
I tried Catalyst and he denied that. But anyway, pretty good game. 11 points is very close.
Very, very close indeed. Yeah.
Although we did take that the amount of firepower you dump out is quite a bit nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised even myself when I did manage to kill your Hyrule with all the buffs in one turn. But of course, it's not only the shooting, right? It's the psychic as well, and the combat as well. So it's an army that does kind of everything in every phase of the game, and it's hard to play into that. The only matchup I lost with this army is Thick City Drukari
Yeah, but that's too costly.
so far, and that's very stupid as well. So, I mean, it's a very nice army, Crusher Stampede. I really love the concept.
I mean, it kind of feels like that's the rock paper scissors of the game right now, right? Is it? The Tyranids are super good into the Thick City build, or the Crusher Stampede anyway is. And then
Crusher does well into.
I do lose against Hiveguard shooting with Dread Knights. I think. Because you hide them, and if you screen them well enough, there's no way I can get there in time, and you just shoot me off the board before I can get there.
Just go first. Just go first. It's easy.
Yeah.
You shoot them once.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I really didn't want to go first in this matchup.
In this matchup, you probably wanted to go second because you wanna get the primaries advantage.
Tucked him in there, tucked them in there, given him up, can get 15, could have helped. But anyway, dice are dice. Anyway, good game, sir.
Good sensor, and likewise, I'll see you around.
Yep, same. Thanks, Trevi.
Yeah, thanks,
Trevi, for hosting. Take some rest, man.
Yeah, nap time. Yeah, your score's all in, so you are all set.
All set, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on taking it down.
Thank you. That was nice. I'll see you in the next ones.
Yeah, for sure. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Like man, I would have to keep the Hyrule alive just to win.
All right, chat. That's gonna be it for me today. No, I think final score is correct. 84-95. Yeah. Yeah, we missed 5 primary or 5 secondary for Grey Knights, but that was it. Otherwise, they maxed. So out of 100, that's 95. No, you can't score more than 45 on primary, chat. Yeah, it only scores up to 45. If you add the numbers, it's 95 points. These numbers add up to 45, right? But we didn't get 45, we only got 30. Plus there's a 10 in there for painting. And then this totals at 45. So it's 45 plus 40 plus 10 is 95. The extra thing doesn't do anything. If you look, it doesn't score more than 45 on primary. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go find somebody to raid. So I will actually be live later today. I'll just double check the time for everybody. I will be live with the Pod 27 finals in 5 hours from now. So come hang out with me in 5 hours. That's going to be, I think, Grey Knights again. Let me check the matchup for everybody. That's going to be Grey Knights versus Holiveraith, who's probably playing Eldari? Ooh, Chaos. So that's sick. It is an Emperor's Children plus Corn list. So that's actually sick. There's a Bellicor involved, there's a Bloodletter Bomb, and then there are also 20 Chaos Terminators. So that'll be a fun game, I think. Devin actually, not playing Grey Knights, excuse me, playing Thick City. So Thick City versus Emperor's Children and their Bloodletter friends. Probably a list that is relatively well suited, at least to kill the Thick City stuff. Although the list that Devin is playing does have a lot of racks in it, so he may have the screening to be able to fight against Emperor's Children, but we'll see how it goes. So let's find somebody to raid. We'll be back with that matchup at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, so 5 hours from now. And we'll see if anybody's streaming Warhams this early in the morning. How does the clock overlay work in the top right? It shows the time remaining for each player. The coolest part is that you can actually manipulate the clock from there. Is anybody playing Warhams this weekend? A lot of painting. Not a lot of playing. In fact, no playing at all. Oh, nope, there's one. The Bolton Wog, day 1. Lords of Wa. We'll go hang out with Lords of Wa and their Bolton Wa. Because I like supporting some competitive channels. And we'll go hang out over there. It's a chess clock on the workshop that does it. It does I think it's called UI overlay chess clock. And once you spawn the chess clock, it adds the overlay to your HUD. All right, champ. But that's going to be it for me today. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll be back in a couple of hours. And we'll go watch the Bolton Wa. In the meantime, so see you then.